cards for teachers, administrators, coaches, and staff. This is great.
Yes, it is.
The cards come in packs of 3. They'll include a Color It Yourself card that reads, "You make the world a better place." How true that is for teachers. The cards are only available on a first-come, first-served basis.
Check this out. Walmart, Quest Diagnostics, and DroneUp have teamed up to deliver COVID tests with these drones you see. You can see them flying, even carrying the tests. This was in El Paso. They're one of the few cities to have the program.
Are you stressed about testing? Coming up at 6, what to know about COVID-19 tests as we get closer to Thanksgiving.
And we're kicking off our seasons of savings. We're tracking down the best deals that you can shop today so you can grab them before they sell out.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Do you live in an area that was affected by Tropical Storm Ada? This message is for you. Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson with Williamson Brothers Roofing. Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the 4th generation of tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. Williamson Brothers Roofing would like to offer you a free, no-obligation inspection and estimate for any repairs you may need from the recent storm. And just because roof damage may not be visible from the ground, it's still very likely that your roof was damaged. And you may very well be entitled to a new roof through your insurance for a little money out of pocket. Call us at 239-283-2013. That's 239-283-2013. Again, this is a free, no-obligation roof inspection and estimate that you can present to your insurance carrier. Call us and we will have someone on site within hours. Again, that's 239-283-2013.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
It's our November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. No reasonable offer refused on any new Kia in stock. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. All new 2021 Kia Telluride LX lease, just $319 per month. That's right, the hottest SUV in America for just $319 per month. All new 2021 Kia K5 GT line sports sedan lease, $149 per month. Yes, $149 per month. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
36 monthly, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, dealer, and acquisition fees. 0 security deposit with lender approval, $13.33 per month for 1,000 borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers don't combine, expires month end.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along. Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. True Steel. Weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. There were 7,459 new cases of COVID-19 reported across the state Tuesday and 85 new deaths reported. Here in Southwest Florida, 462 new cases of COVID-19 reported and 8 new deaths. State Senator-elect Ray Rodriguez says he's on the rebound after being hospitalized for COVID-19. He says he went from having no COVID symptoms the first 5 days he was sick to picking up all of the symptoms. We first told you he was diagnosed last week after attending an election event in Naples. We know when crews expect to begin construction on Margaritaville. The developer, TPI Hospitality, posted on Facebook it plans to break ground after season, so around April. TPI says it's already started working on the electrical infrastructure. Summer break is shorter for Lee County students heading into the fall of 2021 semester. Tuesday night, the Lee County School Board approved a calendar that will make this upcoming summer break 7 weeks instead of the usual 10 weeks. The school year started 3 weeks late because of the rise in COVID-19. Florida is short about 1,700 primary care physicians. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. Doctors worry physician shortages will get worse during the pandemic. Experts say there are not enough doctors in the area to meet the demand of the growing population. Doctors are retiring, and not enough residency positions are available for students trying to become doctors. Lee County commissioners approved the use of Easy Pass starting next year. Easy Pass is widely used on the East Coast in states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is slowing down in Cape Coral on your Wednesday morning commute in North Cape, heading west on Tropicana towards Chiquita Boulevard. Also bumper to bumper on Andalusia north of Diplomat. Del Prado is up to speed if you want the alternate. A tap on those brakes on Trafalgar heading west of Skyline, but we're up to speed on both bridges. If you're heading into Fort Myers right now, take advantage. Only a 2-minute commute gets you into Fort Myers. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Cool start across southwest Florida with 50s and 60s, and that's with wind adding on to the chill. Eventually this afternoon, with sunshine and some clouds mixing in, we're going to be topping out in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. Very similar pattern, mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy for your Thursday, your Friday. Just a few showers possible for the weekend, but not a washout, with highs in the 80s for the weekend all the way towards next week, including the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
I work from home, so my home is also my office. And when I'm working, especially since my office is in the back room, I get all of the daytime sunshine. When I'm sitting in my office, I can tell the heat of the day is coming in because it's coming in through my old windows. So one of the benefits I experience directly, day in and day out, is having cooler temperatures in my room as a result of getting Storm Shield windows. My old windows, the heat came in, the room got hot, my air conditioning continued to work harder, and now we don't have any of that.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
At home with Robert, retired burglar and family man.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 35% off the new system and a free camera at simplysafe.com/holiday. That's 35% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. Simply Safe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. The sale ends soon, so go to simplysafe.com/holiday for 35% off and a free camera today.
Dell Technologies just announced their Black Friday sale. They're releasing new doorbusters every weekday, plus up to 50% off cutting-edge tech for your business. There's no better time to upgrade your small business with the latest laptops and desktops with Intel Core processors, plus there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Give Dell Technologies advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business. Call 877-ASK-DELL or go to Dell.com/SB Black Friday. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube each and every day. At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel while you're there. We do appreciate you. Appreciate, however you want to say it. Why are you holding your side? Jake's holding his side. He's in pain. What's the problem?
It just started hurting.
It just started hurting now. Is it because of me? Is it because I started talking? It's funny how I started talking and
Actually,
then
the
you
more you talk, it's actually soothing.
Yeah, you. No. I started talking and you started writhing in pain. Like it was very strange, which is common, in not only with you but in my home. It's
And with
a,
Democrats.
It's a weird thing. Yeah,
That listen to the show.
I start speaking. Very good. Look at you, my baby boys growing up. See that? I started talking and Democrats writhe in pain. There you go. And there may be some others. Whatever. I'm okay with that. All right. So a couple of things we're going to get to in just a minute. The first thing is we're going to have an interesting discussion this morning about the virus, the coronavirus. We're hearing all this uptick in numbers in the state of Florida, and should we be worried? And there's coronavirus updates every 2 to 4 seconds because, every time there's a test, the numbers have to come in and then we have to report it and then it's getting really bad. And then what do? We got to get holed up again and we got to do whatever Joe Biden says, cancel Thanksgiving. Do not cancel Thanksgiving or Christmas. You're responsible enough to figure out what to do and who is vulnerable and who isn't if you're concerned about that in your household. But I don't get it. How does that work? How does Joe Biden come along and say, hey, there are potatoes with this dinner? No, but that's not. Well, most of the time, that's what he's going to say. I mean, listen, just want to remind everybody that according to what the Democrats say and the left say and a lot of never-Trumpers say and a lot of people that we really don't care about too much, and I'm going to get to a big story on that as well, that say, listen, the president needs to just hang it up. Let me just remind everybody that the future office of the president-elect of the United States, whatever that is the same person that says...
all men and women created by... You know the thing. You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. Not a joke.
And I'm sure that there were probably 75 million people across the country who went out in bigger numbers than Barack Obama who wanted that guy. Yeah, said nobody ever. That's part of the problem here, everybody. You all realize it. That as much as you're a Democrat or somebody who hates the president, you're all sitting there going, man, I'll tell you what, the ends justify the means, don't they? I mean, in your gut, in your soul, somewhere deep inside of you, that's what you're saying. I don't know, is that rough? Is that pretty harsh for a midweek? I'm just excited because I'm going to take some time off next week, and I need it, and my family needs it. And I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving, and I'm looking forward to spending time with my son. I cannot wait to spend some really serious quality time with my son who catches snakes and plays golf. I don't know if is that an odd combination for anybody? My son is the only person that I know of on the planet who, yes, he's the only person that I know who will go out on the golf course, hit a golf ball, and then somehow chase a lizard.
He's the putt and python.
He's the putt and python. Maybe I got to get him a shirt that says that's really good. That deep inside your soul is a Democrat. That's what you're doing right now. Deep inside your soul is somebody who desperately wants the pain to go away. I'm making a point here because there's a lead in all of this. That as somebody who's had enough, who's tired of all the bickering, who's tired of fighting with their neighbor, who's tired of and worried about admitting that they're a Trump supporter. There's some of you, not all of you listening, but there are some, and just want all of this to go away. And enough is 4 years of battling and doing all of this, that I'm just tired. And if Joe Biden is the president of the United States, all this is going to stop because now you knuckleheads on the left and Democrats and never-Trumpers won't have anything to itch and complain about anymore. It's over. It's not. I'm here to tell you that the fight against you will continue. I don't want to tell you this. I hate to say it. I'm not trying to bring you down on this Wednesday, but I'm just telling you the truth. You saying that Joe Biden's the president-elect and you saying let's just get past this election is not going to stop the left from going after you because they're not interested in you saying right now that you're willing to hang it up and allow Joe Biden to be president. And we'll get him next time. They want to destroy you. They want to humiliate you, and they want you to change. And if you say 2 + 2 is 5, you want to go to Orwell, you want to go to 1984, you want to go to any and everything that has to do with some of the crazy that is out there, if you say 2 + 2 is 5, they're still not going to believe you because you got to have it in your soul. You're just saying it because you want me to stop beating you. And I can give you examples today on how it's going to continue. The lies, the distortions against you, it's all going to happen. And the good news is that you're not giving up and you're not going to take it. And none of us are. Patriots will not sit back and allow the Constitution and the country to be destroyed. So no worry there. You're in amazing company. Also, we're going to get to the tech tyrants. You got Facebook and Twitter Jack on Capitol Hill. Man, did he say some things yesterday that had some eyebrows raised about the censorship of the New York Post and Ted Cruz going after him as far as what they will and will not censor. And I'm going to play some of that audio from yesterday. Understand that the tech tyrants hate you, that Twitter Jack... Look, here's the thing about Jack and Twitter and Facebook and Zuckerberg. They don't care. Bring him up to Capitol Hill. Ask all the questions you want. The face of Jack from Twitter is smug. That's what it is. It's come and get me. You're not going to stop us. We're bigger than you can ever imagine. I've got more people on my side than on your side. So come and take it. That's their attitude. That's what he does. But calling it out is important because that's where you say, well, is there an alternative? Yep, you go to Parler. Go to Parler. I'm at Drew Steele Radio, so you can go there. I've been there for a while. And please go to Parler. Do yourself, and even with video, you got Rumble. Rumble is exploding. Both Parler and Rumble is exploding. Why do you think it's exploding, everybody? I got leftist friends who think it's hysterical that there are people leaving Facebook and Twitter, and they're like, okay, goodbye, good to see you, thanks for coming. It's been so quiet over here since you all left. It's so nice. Yeah, and they're still my friends. But they don't get it. They don't see the big picture. They're not looking at this as a free speech censorship argument. They don't think that exists, that there's censorship. There are people in the media, locally, state, national, they all think the same thing. That it's not happening and it's all in your imagination. It's not. It's there. There's plenty of proof of it. 239-479-5592. All right. I want to get to a quick story before we go to a break and then get into some of the meat here this morning. It wouldn't be 2020 unless there were some unusual things happening. And yes, when it comes to the election and when it comes to Michigan, we started off the evening by hearing some really positive news. Officials in Wayne County, the biggest county in Michigan, home to the city of Detroit, refused to certify the results of the November 3rd election after the Board of Canvassers had deadlocked in a 2-2 vote along party lines. This is great news. I am so excited to hear that. There were many people that were saying it was Jenna Ellis, a big victory. This is a huge win for the Trump administration and the campaign, and this is great news. And then until it wasn't. That's right. Last night, overnight, as y'all were just kind of thinking that you had a victory, the Wayne County Board of Canvassers reversed their decision and unanimously voted to certify the results of the November 3rd election. That is just a county in Michigan. They're allowed to do that. Counties certifying on their own. And what just happened? And that's what they did. They reversed their course. Jenna Ellis was on Fox News last night. Thanks for nothing, Fox News. We really appreciate you calling races early and going along with the mainstream. Thanks for nothing. But here's Jenna Ellis making a case last night. What the heck happened?
Yeah, so we're hearing reports as well that interim time period of about 2 hours is really critical because you have these GOP board members who very rightly are saying that they are seeing significant discrepancies. We have reports of 71% of the precincts that the ballot count does not match the voter rolls.
Wait, what? 71% of the precinct ballot counts don't match the number of voter rolls. What?
That's significant. That is not a political question. That's something that no matter if you're Democrat or Republican, you should be concerned about. Then in that interim 2 hours in the public comments, even a sitting Congresswoman, Rashida Tlaib, are accusing these people of racism. They're getting threats. Then they back off and they say, okay, fine, then we'll allow the Secretary of State, who is a political Democrat operative, to conduct an audit. That's backing off. This is absolutely mob rule at this point, and the president is right that these people need to have courage, and the state of Michigan absolutely should not certify their false results until we get to the bottom of this systematic.
Okay, I got to just stop right there. So they got bullied, the 2-2 vote along party lines. You're a bunch of racists. How dare you do this? You're only doing it because of the racial makeup of the city of Detroit, and you know that. And even though 71% of the precinct's ballot that counted didn't match the number of votes, 2 board members refused to certify results. Then they caved under pressure. So they flipped. Look, there's going to be a lot of this going on. Time is running out. There's not a lot of time. Right after Thanksgiving, all of this is going to have to be, in some states, it's going to have to be settled, the certification, unless the certification is going to be challenged and it makes its way to the Supreme Court, which seems to be the tactics right now. Lynn Wood in Georgia and other states where they're trying to make the case that you can't certify this right now because there's too much evidence about Dominion voting machines and due process, where how is it that I can only vote up to 8 p.m. on election night, but if you mail in a ballot, you get to have those mail-ins coming in until Friday? That's not hold on a second. We got a problem here. You can't do that. So that case is going to be made, but understand this, and let's go to break right now, Jake. And it's this. Local elections have consequences as well. When people dismiss the local elections, people dismiss what's happening in our community, in our municipalities, in our locales, and they are just concerned about state and, national elections, and they're not thinking down ballot, and they're not thinking about what's happening locally. That has to change. Because just like you noticed, you've got a deadlock along party lines, and you get enough pressure and you get enough weak-kneed Republicans, next thing you know it. Because the Democrats don't flip. They're never the ones that flip. They stay strong. They're the ones that call you the racist, call you the xenophobe, call you every single name in the book, and will threaten even your house being doxxed. And if you have weak-kneed Republicans locally, you better be worried. All right, we'll talk about that more coming up. 239-479-5592. Let's talk about what you would like to talk about this morning. Maybe your thoughts on the election process underway. And are you feeling tired? Are you feeling tired of the fight? Do not. Okay. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Kent.
Traffic is getting busy heading towards I-75 on the Daniels Extension. Also delays in Lehigh Acres on Columbus Boulevard. North on Columbus to Jaguar, and then north on Columbus towards Centinela for about a quarter mile both ways. Also, if you're on 82, no complaints right now. Heading all the way from 29 to MLK Boulevard, we are good to go. I-75 is starting to get very busy if you're heading south towards Corkscrew. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cool light jacket start with 50s and 60s and some wind, we crank up the wind even more for this afternoon as we are looking at a high temperature of 79 with sunshine and some clouds mixing in. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You can soon get COVID tests that deliver rapid results at home. The FDA approving the first of its kind.
The maker is Lucira Health of California. The company's website says it'll cost less than $50.
Fox's Jill Nato. Amazon plans to start selling prescriptions. The decision comes about 2 years after it bought the online pharmacy PillPack. Shares of traditional drugstores plunged on the news. The FAA is expected to give Boeing's 737 MAX clearance today to fly again. The jet's been grounded for nearly 2 years after a pair of crashes that killed 346 people. And stocks closed lower after the Dow and S&P 500 hit records Monday. Blue chips fell 167 points yesterday. The Nasdaq dropped 24. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Getting ready in the morning has been harder than ever. But did you know dressing for work can actually make you more productive? In fact, getting dressed for work each morning can even improve your performance, according to a recent study in the Wall Street Journal. Untucked shirts are a simple way to look sharp instantly, and they're designed to be worn untucked so you'll stay comfortable all day long. So for your next Zoom call, lose the t-shirt and grab an untucked shirt instead. Get 30% off wrinkle-free button-downs for a limited time only at any Untucked store or at untucked.com. Untucked shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right, all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core-Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core-Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core-Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Movember. What an interesting way to look at men's health through the lens of a mustache. You can start off clean-shaven and then proceed to grow your mustache as a way to celebrate men actually talking about their health. Yeah, talking. When it comes to erectile dysfunction, talking is a great start. When you talk about it, you're one step closer to solving it. The next step? Metro Men's Health. Call us today and schedule your free evaluation, and let's talk about your ED and how you, like thousands of men, can achieve consistent, longer-lasting results with the new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. So this Movember, grow your mustache for men's health, and then let Metro Men's Health help you grow your relationship. Mention mustache and get your evaluation free, $150 value. Call Metro Men's Health and schedule your free evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or metromenshealth.com.
Hey, Mom, I'm here to drive you to your doctor's appointment.
Oh, we finished early.
What do you mean?
With my Humana Medicare Advantage plan, telehealth appointments with my doctor are covered.
Wow, that's great.
Well, that's human care for you. Humana wants its members to get the care they need, even at home.
Humana offers new ways to focus on your health at home. Because Humana isn't just health care, it's human care. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO, PPO, and PFFS organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, coming up, some audio about Dominion. Kyle Becker, man, he's been doing some amazing work about Dominion voting machines. Here you go. Listen to this. A New Jersey woman knew the 33 people who voted for her. She ended up losing 33-10, so she called and verified that the voting machine had switched the votes. And this, what? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got to hear some of this audio here. It's
They called it backwards. It was simply backwards.
The South Jersey voting machine incident makes waves.
It was 2011, and Cynthia Zirkle and her husband Ernie were running in a local election in their hometown of Fairton, New Jersey.
Was this a big deal here?
It was. It was both a big deal, but people said, we don't trust the system. And that was sad.
Okay, guess what system it was. It was the Dominion voting system. It was one that in American Thinker, Nick Chase talked about. It's in the code. Trump won Michigan and Wisconsin. There was an individual named Dan Rabil who lives in Switzerland, described how he personally saw the sudden switch from a Trump to Biden lead in Wisconsin. He was stunned to see the Fox election map suddenly do something completely unnatural. In a split second, between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., the Wisconsin icon switched from light red Trump to light blue Biden. In that same instant, the probability meter, which had been very accurate in 2016, likewise jerked from a 77% Trump likelihood to over 80% Biden. And so what did the guy do? He didn't sit there. He said, all right, well, hold on a second. He downloaded the data from the New York Times, searched for the exact moment, and found it. And as a programmer, he went through all the programming ease, legalese, if you will, and found all these increases, found all the deductions and the adding and the allocating. And if you go to American Thinker, you can read this article and see how they break it down. But here's what you need to know. There are huge questions with the Dominion voting system and huge questions with Smartmatic and huge questions that Rudy Giuliani and the Trump campaign legal team has been putting forward to these judges in these cases. And we're going to have to see how this plays out. And ultimately, this is something that we're going to have to recognize for the future. Now, here's something else you got to take away part of the lead, I know, before we go to break. Isn't it curious? 2018, the New York Times was talking about it, and other liberal organizations were talking about it because they wanted to pin it to the Russian collusion hoax. They never thought this would come back in 2020.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
American Constitutional Rights Union, a nonprofit organization, has received reports about abuse of elderly nursing home residents. If your family member is not capable of voting, yet government websites show a record of their vote in the latest election, please call our hotline at 877-730-ACRU, 877-730-ACRU, or contact us through our website, theacru.org.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Exciting developments are in motion.
Dell is officially giving out the biggest deals of the year for Black Friday, and there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Whether it's for work, school, or fun, Dell has you covered with doorbusters every weekday. Accelerate all that you do with next-gen XPS and Alienware machines powered by Intel Core processors. Plus, this huge lineup of premium tech is up to $400 off. Call 800-BUY-DELL or go to Dell.com/Black Friday. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. There were 7,459 new cases of COVID-19 reported across the state Tuesday and 85 new deaths reported. Here in Southwest Florida, 462 new cases of COVID-19 reported and 8 new deaths. State Senator-elect Ray Rodriguez says he's on the rebound after being hospitalized for COVID-19. He says he went from having no COVID symptoms the first 5 days he was sick to picking up all of the symptoms. We first told you he was diagnosed last week after attending an election event in Naples. We know when crews expect to begin construction on Margaritaville. The developer, TPI Hospitality, posted on Facebook it plans to break ground after season, so around April. TPI says it's already started working on the electrical infrastructure. Summer break is shorter for Lee County students heading into the fall of 2021 semester. Tuesday night, the Lee County School Board approved a calendar that will make this upcoming summer break 7 weeks instead of the usual 10 weeks. The school year started 3 weeks late because of the rise in COVID-19. Florida is short about 1,700 primary care physicians. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. Doctors worry physician shortages will get worse during the pandemic. Experts say there are not enough doctors in the area to meet the demand of the growing population. Doctors are retiring, and not enough residency positions are available for students trying to become doctors. Lee County commissioners approved the use of Easy Pass starting next year. Easy Pass is widely used on the East Coast in states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is getting busy heading towards I-75 on the Daniels Extension. Also delays in Lehigh Acres on Columbus Boulevard. North on Columbus to Jaguar, and then north on Columbus towards Centinela for about a quarter mile both ways. Also, if you're on 82, no complaints right now. Heading all the way from 29 to MLK Boulevard, we are good to go. I-75 is starting to get very busy if you're heading south towards Corkscrew. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Cool start across Southwest Florida with 50s and 60s, and that's with wind adding on to the chill. Eventually this afternoon, with sunshine and some clouds mixing in, we're going to be topping out in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. Very similar pattern, mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy for your Thursday, your Friday. Just a few showers possible for the weekend, but not a washout, with highs in the 80s for the weekend all the way towards next week, including the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip of the day. There's only one Kobe Cooling in the whole world. We're the original Kobe Cooling. The only Kobe Cooling. That's KOBIE KOOLING at 239-482-1542. If you want real NATE certified mechanics with real training and real credentials, Kobe Cooling is your only choice. 100% NATE certified mechanics at your home to give you the best possible trained expert to handle your AC need. It doesn't make us perfect, but it does give you, our customers, the best available mechanic in this business. If you're not using a NATE certified mechanic at your home, you're missing out on the best. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, and always NATE certified.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these three things happen. Now, if you answer yes to all three, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all three questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Anthony's on the Boulevard. Join us Thanksgiving for a traditional turkey dinner.
Take the stress out of preparing Thanksgiving dinner. Dine at Anthony's on the Boulevard. Turkey dinner plate only $16. Or pre-order and take home a full Thanksgiving dinner for 10 people, just $99. Anthony's on the Boulevard is newly renovated with spacious outdoor and indoor seating. Located at 1303 Del Prado Boulevard South. Call 772-5900 or visit anthony'sontheblvd.net for events and specials. That's 772-5900.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak.
That's just about it. That's about right. That's exactly. You thought, wait, did you think that Christmas and Thanksgiving everything's going to be fine? That all the usual songs and laughter and joy that you usually have with your family in 2020 is going to be that way? Yeah, I mean, it's funny. But it's sad at the same time when you have to remix holiday songs that have to do with you being quarantined and have to do with you not be. Yeah, sorry, I'm having Thanksgiving, I'm having Christmas, and you can't stop us. You know, the last time I checked, constitutionally, number 1 in the Bill of Rights, I think it's right there. We have the right to assemble. And I'm pretty confident that you, as a big leftist, you as Joe Biden,
we choose truth over facts.
If you have any clue what you're talking about, yeah, you can't stop us. Good luck with that. So, yeah, we'll assemble. We'll assemble as we please. And I'm sorry, it doesn't say. Hey, does it say in the Constitution you have a right to assemble? Unless there's a COVID-19 void where prohibited. See store for details. I mean, is that what the? Yeah, it doesn't. 239-479-5592. Hey, $10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Thanks to everybody who continues to send in their cards, those Christmas cards for our men and women serving overseas. We're going to do it bigger and better than ever this year. I just can feel it. Kim Gade and everybody over at Lee Health, and to thank them for their help and support in vetting all of these cards. The cards have to be vetted before they get shipped transport and off to our men and women serving all over the globe. And again, you have 5 Mel's Diner locations to drop off your cards if you have a large amount of them and you're looking for a drop-off point. 1 in Fort Myers, 1 in Cape Coral, Bonita Springs, and 2 in Naples. So please go to a Mel's Diner location near you to drop them off if you would like. Otherwise, you can text the word troops to 239-479-5592. Same address as we've always had, but there it'll be on your phone if you would like. Thank you for everybody continuing to send those cards, those Christmas cards out. 10,000 for the troops. All right, a couple of things in about 10 more minutes. Drew's College, we will do it. That's on the way. Also, yesterday, Twitter Jack was... Twitter Jack. Hey, is that going to be a slang now? Hey, you Twitter Jack, get off the... get out of my way. You're driving too slow. Is that going to be a new slang word, maybe? Let's work on that. You like that? No, Jake's not really. Mark Zuckerberg, Jack from Twitter Jack there on Capitol Hill, as smug can be. The lead is this. They were brought up on Capitol Hill to talk about the censorship issue that's happening with these big tech companies, and they don't care what you think. You just look at Twitter Jack's face and you can see it. He doesn't give a snot about what you think. The New York Post, for weeks, was not allowed to post anything from their website. The New York Post, nothing was able to enter the Twitterverse because of what we were told was an article that could not be posted and somehow censored during the election for weeks. And Twitter Jack had an answer to that on Capitol Hill. Did you hear this?
We were called here today because of an enforcement decision we made against the New York Post.
Okay. An enforcement decision that we made against the New York Post. Is anybody a little freaked out about that? I didn't know that that Twitter does censorship. What do you wait? Can I hear that again?
We were called here today because of an enforcement decision we made against the New York Post.
Yeah. So Twitter right out of the gate admitting that we do some enforcement. I thought you didn't do enforcement. I thought you're just you're not a publisher. You're just a platform, right? We stick pictures of ducks and bunnies. We talk about how we're upset about the food that came to us last night. It was a little stringy, and we were upset about that. Got stuck in my teeth, but that's a whole other subject. That's all it is, right? No.
Based on a policy we created in 2018 to prevent Twitter from being used to spread hacked materials.
Hacked materials. How did you know that what we're about to hear about the New York Post was hacked materials? I'm getting ahead of myself. But keep that in mind for a second. About hacked materials. This is about Hunter Biden. The New York Post article on Hunter Biden, right? The breaking story that was out. Listen.
This resulted in us blocking people from sharing a New York Post article, publicly or privately. We made a quick interpretation, using no other evidence, that the materials in the article were obtained through hacking, and according to our policy, we blocked them from being spread.
The article explained how it was discovered. Remember the guy and the laptop, and it was dropped off, and he looked in there and said, hey, Hunter didn't pick it up, so I got the laptop. I'm looking inside the I got a problem here. We need to send this off to the FBI. They're not listening, and so where did you... Remember that whole thing? It wasn't hacked. There was no hacking. It was explained in the article. But we got Twitter Jack telling us that, no, we got a problem here. We got to enforce this. We can't allow this to spread.
Upon further consideration, we admitted this action was wrong and corrected it within 24 hours. We informed the New York Post of our error and policy update and how to unlock their account by deleting the original violating tweet.
That's all you had to do. Just get rid of the original violating tweet. Just get rid of that tweet. Get rid of it completely, and everything's going to be just fine. Violating what? It wasn't hacked material that they were talking about. It wasn't misinformation. They explained in the article, but go ahead.
Which freed them to tweet the exact same content and news article again. They chose not to, instead insisting we reverse our enforcement action. We did not have a practice around retroactively overturning prior enforcements. This incident demonstrated that we needed one, and so we created one we believe is fair and appropriate. I hope this illustrates the rationale behind our actions. and demonstrates our ability to take feedback, admit mistakes, and make changes all transparently to the public.
Yeah, does anybody believe that Twitter is going to be changing anything at all when it comes to being transparent and trying to make sure that the passing on of information is not filtered and deleted and has the little thing on the bottom that says, this isn't true. You should fact check about what this says. The president is saying something and you should fact check this. I wonder how many times Joe Biden's going to be fact checked. I wonder how many times do you care at this point? We know the answer, and there is an alternative for free speech. It's Parler. You should go there, set up a Parler account. If you want to stay on Twitter, as I have and many others have, that's fine. But don't depend on Twitter, and you don't have to. And there are places where free speech reigns, and that is Parler. And it is frustrating because people see this, and at least half the country doesn't believe in your freedom of speech and thinks that Twitter is not an issue. Especially when it's so blatant as to what they were doing. And even Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz had some interesting questions to ask. And check this out. I don't know if you heard this yesterday, Twitter Jack, on the Capitol Hill there. And Ted Cruz has got a couple of questions here. Let
me shift to a different topic. Mr. Dorsey, does voter fraud exist?
I don't know for certain.
Are you an expert in voter fraud?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So right now, you know things are going to start going really bad for Twitter, Jack.
Well, why then is Twitter right now putting purported warnings on virtually any statement about voter fraud?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know a thing at all about voter fraud, you're not an expert at all. Why are you putting all of these things on there then?
We're simply linking to a broader conversation so that people have more information.
No, you're not. You put up a page that says, quote, voter fraud of any kind is exceedingly rare in the United States. That's not linking to a broader conversation. That's taking a disputed policy position. And you're a publisher when you're doing that. You're entitled to take a policy position, but you don't get to pretend you're not a publisher and get a special benefit under Section 230 as a result.
And let's remember that special exemption, Section 230, and what that does. It treats people like Facebook and Twitter as platforms where all they're doing is allowing you to put content on their site. And hey, listen, whatever you put up there, you want to put your puppy, you want to put some crazy stuff about UFOs landing in your backyard yesterday and grilling out some lizards, whatever the case may be, knock yourself out. The minute you start saying, wait a minute, aliens don't land in people's backyards and they grill lizards, hold on a second. And then all of a sudden you start to take that stuff down and you start to censor, and you don't even allow certain people to even be on the platform. You just take them off because you don't like the things that they're saying, like many people have been deplatformed completely. Yeah, you lose your exemption under Section 230. Well, what exemption? The right for me to sue you. You can't take down my voice. You're saying something about what I'm putting out there that I'm putting out false information, but I'm not. It's defamation. You can go into all different kinds of legal issues, but they're protected. That protection, many say, should be questioned. So that's where Ted Cruz was going with this. All right, go on.
That link is pointing to a broader conversation with tweets from publishers and people all around the country.
Mr. Dorsey, would the following statement violate Twitter's policies? Quote, absentee ballots remain the largest source of potential voter fraud.
I imagine that we would label it so that people can have more context.
How about this quote? Quote, third-party organizations, candidates, and political activists. Voter fraud is particularly possible where, quote, third-party organizations, candidates, and political party activists are involved in, quote, handling absentee ballots. Would you flag that as potentially misleading?
I don't know the specifics of how we might enforce that, but I imagine a lot of these would have a label pointing people to a bigger conversation.
Well, you're right. You would label them because you've taken the political position right now that voter fraud doesn't exist. I would note both of those quotes come from the Carter-Baker Commission on Federal Election Reform. That is Democratic President Jimmy Carter and former Secretary of State James Baker. And Twitter's position is essentially voter fraud does not exist. Are you?
Okay, I just got to stop right there. So that is Democrat President Jimmy Carter and James Baker, former Secretary of State, that made those comments and had the evidence to show that that was the case back in this when you had the conversation with Jimmy Carter and James Baker. That seems factual. But to have a broader conversation about that, these are facts put out there by a former Democrat president, and yet Twitter Jack seems to think that that should be flagged for a broader conversation. Interesting how that works. There's going to be a broader conversation, and there needs to be. And look, the micro may be we need to talk about these entities like Twitter and Facebook and what we're going to do in the future. And the macro is, hey, listen, there are free speech alternatives like Rumble and Parler. And you need to set up accounts and make your way there. 239-479-5592. All right. We promised we would do this because we got kids that are going to school and they want to play and they need to listen. And this is how they learn because, they're going to get an education on this program unlike they will get in their public school system. That's a fact. I said it. You could try to censor what I just said. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. You caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Caller number 5 will play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. There's Sabrina Katz.
Slowdowns in Fort Myers on MLK Boulevard heading towards I-75 if you're heading west. Colonial Boulevard is fully up to speed if you're looking for a quicker alternate. Also, southbound delays on Ortiz heading south to MLK from Palm Beach Boulevard. We look great on Daniels if you're heading eastbound to the interstate, but west on Daniels near Tree Line, about 1 mile of a slowdown. Also, my Estero commuters, traffic is slowing southbound on Ben Hill Griffin towards Corkscrew Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cool light jacket start with 50s and 60s and some wind, we crank up the wind even more for this afternoon as we are looking at a high temperature of 79 with sunshine and some clouds mixing in. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. This past Sunday, Jake Tapper, host of CNN's State of the Union show, interviewed Dr. Fauci, who heads the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Dr. Fauci told Tapper that even if a vaccine for the coronavirus is brought to market and widely distributed, we cannot abandon fundamental public health measures. So even if you get the vaccine, you're going to have to keep wearing a mask and you're going to have to keep hunkering down. That's because even with a 90 to 95% rate of effectiveness, people who take the vaccine won't necessarily know how effective it is for them. After hearing that gloom and doom assessment from Dr. Fauci, Dr. Tapper had a diagnosis of his own. He declared that Christmas probably not going to be possible this year. So just like that, on CNN, Christmas is over before it even gets started. Well, I have a prediction for you, Jacob Paul Tapper. Despite what you may hope, there will be a Christmas this year, at least at my house, and next year, and every year that human beings continue to populate the earth. Neither the coronavirus nor CNN or any other plague is going to stop people from celebrating one of the holiest and most treasured days of their lives. And Jake, there isn't a single Grinch-like journalist who can ever stop Christmas. You don't have that kind of power, and you never will. Sorry. This holiday season may feature more merriment with your devices than ever before as you stay connected with family and friends. That's before you take on all that online holiday shopping. All that online activity can mean more chances of exposing your personal information to bad guys. Now, before all that online shopping and communication takes place, make sure your online identity is protected. Don't spend the holidays without identity theft protection from LifeLock. It monitors for uses of your personal information without your permission. If you have a problem with identity theft, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help you feel safer this holiday season and all year long. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using the promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com, promo code RUSH to save 25%.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
If I said the word Medicare, you'd probably start thinking about paperwork and deadlines. But with the annual election period ending on December 7th, here's something else to think about. $0. Florida Blue Medicare has benefits that help you save money, like a $0 monthly plan premium and $0 to low copay for prescription drugs. There's also comprehensive dental, vision, and hearing coverage that includes discounts on eyeglasses, hearing aids, and more. See all the ways Florida Blue keeps money in your pocket, and you won't think of Medicare the same way again. But hurry, December 7th is your last chance to enroll. Call 866-219-7818 or visit FloridaBlueMedicare.com/radio to switch today and see how Blue is committed to you. Florida Blue is a PPO health plan with a Medicare contract. Florida Blue Medicare is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Florida Blue or Florida Blue Medicare depends on contract renewal. All benefits not available on all plans.
Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. You can too with the perfect air that comes from the reliable, groundbreaking Lennox products offered by AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Right now, you can get up to $1,350 in rebates, plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox home comfort system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 or visit online acbyfcs.com. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, think AC by Florida Comfort Systems, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College. All right, let's go to Jim. Jim's in New Jersey. Are you there right now, or are you from New Jersey, Jim?
I'm here right now, Drew.
All right. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We're going to see if you earn a PhD and your associate's degree question. Jim starts right now. Hey, Jim, at what age can you legally vote in the United States? What is the age at the present time, although there are some that would like to change it?
That would be 18.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who's the former Florida governor who ran against Donald Trump for the 2016 presidential nomination? Do you remember who that was?
Would that be Jeb Bush?
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. We elect U.S. representatives for how many years? Your U.S. representative, how many years do they serve?
7-year term?
No, it's 2. It's actually 2 years. So your U.S. rep is every 2 years. It's almost like they win the election and then they're already campaigning for the next one.
I thought that their term. I thought their term.
All right. Can we give it to him because he's in New Jersey? Jake says no. He doesn't even know what that meant. That's not even nice.
I'm surprised you took the call.
Why would you be surprised? All right, so let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Let's see. This president was nicknamed Ike, served from 1953 to 1961. You know, he installed a putting green on the White House lawn, as a matter of fact. Who was that president? What was his full name?
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
That is correct, sir. There you go. All right, well, congratulations. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College. That is pretty impressive.
From a guy from New Jersey, sure is.
No, you said that. I didn't say that. That was you, Jake. He said it. I didn't say that. All right. Well, listen, we appreciate you playing. Thank you so much, Jim, in beautiful New Jersey. All right. It actually is a very nice state. You know, a lot of people think of the uglier places in Jersey, but it's got mountains and it really does. It's very nice. Nice place.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
If you struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, forgetful,
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Cool, okay, just checking.
and even impact your health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
I've been doing this now well over 20 years.
Welcoming our new anchor, Russ McCaskey.
So excited to be here.
Russ McCaskey.
Good afternoon. I'm Russ. I am still as passionate today as I was the very first day. I think it's the adrenaline rush. That natural curiosity, I think, just burns inside of you when you're a news person. Wink has been part of this community for more than 60 years. It's family owned. That's one of the things that excites me about wanting to be part of Wink News.
Trust Russ McCaskey.
I'm looking forward to getting to know the people of this community, and I want them to get to know me.
Weeknights on Wink News.
Next, Rachel.
At that moment, it was like, just what do you do?
The Cake Boss is back.
What I love about this is that you can use any store-bought icing.
Buddy Valastro is baking for the first time on TV since his accident.
Depending on how I recover with this, you might be a better cake decorator than me, finally.
Then,
How good does that smell?
awfully good. Pasta stuffed peppers? Oh, yes, she did. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. There were 7,459 new cases of COVID-19 reported across the state Tuesday and 85 new deaths reported. Here in Southwest Florida, 462 new cases of COVID-19 reported and 8 new deaths. State Senator-elect Ray Rodriguez says he's on the rebound after being hospitalized for COVID-19. He says he went from having no COVID symptoms the first 5 days he was sick to picking up all of the symptoms. We first told you he was diagnosed last week after attending an election event in Naples. We know when crews expect to begin construction on Margaritaville. The developer, TPI Hospitality, posted on Facebook it plans to break ground after season, so around April. TPI says it's already started working on the electrical infrastructure. Summer break is shorter for Lee County students heading into the fall of 2021 semester. Tuesday night, the Lee County School Board approved a calendar that will make this upcoming summer break 7 weeks instead of the usual 10 weeks. The school year started 3 weeks late because of the rise in COVID-19. Florida is short about 1,700 primary care physicians. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. Doctors worry physician shortages will get worse during the pandemic. Experts say there are not enough doctors in the area to meet the demand of the growing population. Doctors are retiring, and not enough residency positions are available for students trying to become doctors. Lee County Commissioners approved the use of Easy Pass starting next year. Easy Pass is widely used on the East Coast in states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Slowdowns in Fort Myers on MLK Boulevard heading towards I-75 if you're heading west. Colonial Boulevard is fully up to speed if you're looking for a quicker alternate. Also, southbound delays on Ortiz heading south to MLK from Palm Beach Boulevard. We look great on Daniels if you're heading eastbound to the interstate, but west on Daniels near Tree Line, about 1 mile of a slowdown. Also, my Estero commuters traffic is slowing southbound on Ben Hill Griffin towards Corkscrew Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Cool start across Southwest Florida with 50s and 60s, and that's with wind adding on to the chill. Eventually this afternoon, with sunshine and some clouds mixing in, we're going to be topping out in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. Very similar pattern, mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy for your Thursday, your Friday. Just a few showers possible for the weekend, but not a washout, with highs in the 80s for the weekend all the way towards next week, including the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District this weekend for their biggest diamond event of the year. View the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at wholesale prices, along with 3 years interest-free financing. Save up to 50% on the Diamond District's entire collection of beautiful diamond jewelry this weekend at the Diamond District.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
At home with Robert, retired burglar and family man.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, SimpliSafe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 35% off the new system and a free camera at simplisafe.com/holiday. That's 35% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. SimpliSafe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. The sale ends soon, so go to simplisafe.com/holiday for 35% off and a free camera today.
Dell Technologies just announced their Black Friday sale. They're releasing new doorbusters every weekday, plus up to 50% off cutting-edge tech for your business. There's no better time to upgrade your small business with the latest laptops and desktops with Intel Core processors, plus there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Give Dell Technologies advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business. Call 877-ASK-DELL or go to Dell.com/SB Black Friday. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel while you're there. Don't forget 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. You can also drop off your cards, Christmas cards for our men and women serving overseas this Christmas season to any one of 5 Mel's Diner locations in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Bonita, and 2 in Naples. So please do that. And if you are somebody who is out of town who wants to do this, or you just like to mail it in, absolutely. You can text the word troops to 239-479-5592, and you can mail in that Christmas card. Please do me a favor. Don't seal the cards and no glitter inside because they have to be vetted by Kim Gade and everybody over at Lee Health. They'll be sent via transport. They'll be sent out to our men and women serving, but they're going to go via transport. December 5th is the deadline. It's a shorter deadline this year, so we have to kind of get a hurry on this and get them out as soon as you possibly can. Your church, your school, your organization. If you have a load of cards, a huge amount, then please drop them off at any one of Mel's Diner's 5 locations, and we'll be sure to pick them up. And let's break some records this year. And let's not forget about our men and women serving overseas during Christmas, the holiday season. You know that, and I can tell you from personal experience, that when they get these cards, it's the expression, just the love and outpouring of support from you to them. It means something. And now more than ever, we need to let them know that we are thinking about them during the holiday season. All right, I have to get to this because this is so important. A lot of people are asking what's going on with the latest now. Are we going to get anything done when it comes to the Trump campaign team, the legal team getting together, and is there a possibility that things could change? Well, things changed overnight. We found out that we had a minor victory in Michigan's largest county when by a 2-2 deadlock, they were not sure whether they were ready to certify votes in that certain county, Detroit County, in Wayne County there in Michigan. And everything felt good until last night when there was a little bullying going on and calls of racism and how dare you do this. And then all of a sudden the Republicans, the two Republicans decided, all right, well, maybe we'll certify now. So yes, Michigan's largest county reversed course on certifying the election results. And it's making it tougher and tougher there in Michigan. So what exactly is going on? Well, last night, I have to play this audio because last night on Mark Levin's fantastic program, and hopefully you're listening to Mark Levin, on his program last night, he had Trump legal team member Lynn Wood on. And they talked about even the state of Georgia, which I think plays out in a lot of the other states as well as to what is happening. Because if you're sitting there going, well, when are we going to get something going? When are we going to hear some positive news on this front? When are we going to know more about what is happening with the Trump legal team and whether or not there's even a path here for the president? Well, he spelled it out last night, and I want to just play this. Let me see how long it is. I think it's like a minute. It's a minute and 45, and I want to play this. And again, this is from Mark Levin's program last night, and it's so important that you hear this and understand in the state of Georgia what they are doing. Here's Lynn Wood, a member, attorney, and a member of Trump's legal team, explaining what's happening there.
I filed a lawsuit on my behalf as a elector, which means I voted in Georgia in person. My lawsuit is based on a consent agreement reached in March of 2020 by the Secretary of State with the Democratic Party in a lawsuit represented by Perkins Coie, also known as the Hillary Clinton firm, where they changed by consent agreement the rules relating to absentee ballots for the November general election. You can't do that. Any change in the rules with respect to a federal election and a state election has to be made as a matter of law by the legislature in Georgia.
You're following this? So the legislature in Georgia has to change this. You can't change it the way they did. And so that's part of Lynn Wood's lawsuit against them.
The legislature didn't do it. The election in Georgia on November the 3rd was unlawful. It also violated equal protection because there were less stringent confirmation rules for paper ballots versus the individuals like me who voted in person.
Remember, we brought that up earlier when people are saying, well, what's going on in other states? Georgia is the example right now, and Lynn Wood is making the example. This is from Mark Levin's program last night where Trump legal team member Lynn Wood is saying, equal protection. You can't do this. You can't tell me that I go and I only have until 8 p.m. on election day to vote. But then all these mail-in ballots come in and they get to count after the fact. You can't do that.
It also violated due process. So we filed the lawsuit last week. We amended it yesterday to add the due process claim because the due process claim goes to the sham recount that's underway in Georgia right now. Later this evening, I'm going to be filing a motion for a temporary restraining order, asking for an emergency hearing to stop this recount.
Now, by the way, and there it is. That's Lynn Wood again, who is filing a motion to stop the recounts that are currently going on. Part of Trump's legal team. That's from Mark Levin's fantastic program last night. Hopefully, you're listening each and every evening. But that is another point. So many people have said, why are we doing recounts right now? They're not even separating the illegal ballots from the legal ones. So all they're doing is, so here's part of the sham, everybody. In these states where they're going, all right, you want to recount? Let's do a recount. And we're going to do the recount, and nobody's checking to see whether they're recounting the legal or illegal ballots together or not. They're separating. No, we're just going to recount everything. You want us to recount? We'll do it. And so they do it. And so they'll come out at the end and go, oh, we did the recount, and the recount's everything the same. Nothing's changed. Oh, we found some Trump votes, but it hasn't changed anything. Oh, sorry, Joe Biden's the president of the United States. That's part of the sham as well. You can't do this. So he's filing a motion to stop this. We'll see whether or not that comes to fruition. A lot of the discussion, too, that he talked about last night was that these moves ultimately could go on appeal right up to the Supreme Court. Now, the big question, is there enough time? Is there enough time through this process to even affect any kind of change. Because we're running out of time, everybody, because the more and more counties are going to start to certify in certain states. And states like, I believe, Georgia and Michigan and some of the other states that will certify right after Thanksgiving. They've only got this week, basically, and a little bit of next week to get this all figured out. And is there going to be enough time? And then ultimately, if these states do certify, if it does go to the Supreme Court, will they be willing to do something to decertify and to come up with some other remedy? What that is, I don't know right now. But hopefully I'll get more information and we'll find out. But having said that, it's still not over. It's not certified. It still isn't over. There's still a fight to be had. And I hope you're willing to continue to keep an eye on this story. 239-479-5592. I'm looking at the time. I wanted to go to break. Let's go to break, Jake. And when we come back from the break, a couple of things I did want to mention. One of them was a story out of, here it is, on Zero Hedge. There are 6 factors which point to a rigged election. If people are saying, well, what do you mean it's rigged? There's no precedent. You got any motive? I mean, why would they do this? Are there irregularities? Yeah, there's all of this and more. So we'll talk about that coming up. Plus, wait till you hear what the mainstream media in this country is doing to you. The things and the lies that they're saying about you and trying to have you suck up and believe. I'll play some audio from MSNBC. Pretty outrageous stuff from Joy Reid coming up on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Bonita Springs at Imperial Parkway and Cordero Way is slowing traffic southbound on Imperial Parkway for about 1 mile. The best way to navigate around this will be Old 41. And the crash in Lehigh Acres at State Road 82 and Blackstone Drive, causing a delay eastbound for a quarter mile on 82 towards Jaguar. I-75 is still up to speed, so that is some good news. If you're heading to and from Collier in Charlotte County, the slowdown in Collier, Immokalee Road is pretty congested right now, heading west of 951 to Logan. The trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cool light jackets start with 50s and 60s and some wind, we crank up the wind even more for this afternoon as we are looking at a high temperature of 79 with sunshine and some clouds mixing in. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
The deadline to get or switch health coverage for 2021 is quickly approaching. December 15th is the last day to enroll. Otherwise, you may have to wait a whole year to enroll in a health plan. These days, healthcare has become top of mind for many of us. COVID impacting so many lives. Now it's more important than ever to have the right health coverage. So be sure to check out the new My Blue plans from Florida Blue. They have plans starting as low as $0 monthly payment with doctor visits also as low as $0. You can get 24/7 virtual visits for nothing for $0. Plus, you can earn up to $5,000 in rewards. What's better than that? But you need to hurry. Time is running out. Enrollment ends December 15th. Florida Blue's expert agents are ready to help you. Call 800-530-5182 or visit floridablue.com/we-get-you today.
To be eligible for $0 monthly cost, your Marketplace monthly Advantage premium tax credit must be equal to or be more than the premium. These policies have limitations and exclusions. Health insurance is offered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc., DBA Florida Blue. HMO coverage is offered by Health Options, Inc., DBA Florida Blue HMO. Rewards available for individual ACA members 18 years or older. Reward amounts will apply to premium and excess amounts may be redeemed subject to rewards program terms and conditions. 103999.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. I want to tell you about a major development in laser vision correction with France Eye Care. France Eye Care is where I went for my LASIK, and you should really consider them too. Listen to this. They call it Smile, and it's a lot like LASIK, but without a flap. So what's that even mean? Well, it means a smaller incision, so it's minimally invasive. Patients don't need to worry about a flap at all, which is especially important for you if you have an active lifestyle. Also, a very low incidence of dry eye syndrome, which we know nobody wants once tried. Dr. France and his team of expert surgeons are the first practice in Southwest Florida to bring you this state-of-the-art laser vision correction that is easy on the eyes. Again, I went to Dr. France to improve my eyesight for what I needed. Have him help you and your family out. He is amazing. His team is the team that you can trust. Schedule your free Smile laser vision correction screening today at France Eye Care.
France Eye Care. You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
It's our November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. No reasonable offer refused on any new Kia in stock. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. All new 2021 Kia Telluride LX lease, just $319 per month. That's right, the hottest SUV in America for just $319 per month. All new 2021 Kia K5 GT line sports sedan lease, $149 per month. Yes, $149 per month. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36 month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval. $13.33 per month for 1,000 borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers don't combine. Expires month end.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I love this. Joe Biden says he wants governors to lock down their states to fight coronavirus and question the patriotism of those who don't. Really? So where the governor, Ron DeSantis, said, yeah, we're not locking down again. We're just not doing this. It's not going to happen here in the state of Florida. You can forget about that. Yeah, just to let you know that according to Joe Biden, Ron DeSantis is not being patriotic. Yeah, well, you know, we might sit this one out as far as lockdowns. You should have Thanksgiving. You should have Christmas. I believe in your personal responsibility. I believe you know the difference between whether or not this virus is something that members of your family should be concerned about because of their age, because of some comorbidity. I believe you have personal responsibility to know what to do and what not to do. And to be quite honest, the government can, if they think that we're just going to listen to you, I get frustrated. You know, I get frustrated when I hear people like Joy Reid on MSNBC telling everyone that what you see here is not what you see here, because what I tell you has been fact-checked and it's the truth, especially when it comes to the vaccines, you know, the evil vaccines now, because they happened during the Trump administration. You can't take them and you can't deal with it. And well, I just want you to listen to this.
So while Republicans are busy demanding freedom from masks, they apparently could care less about the 248,000 Americans who've lost their lives to the virus.
Yeah, right there. Okay, I'm out. But I'll let her go on. Go ahead.
And they accept no responsibility for any of it. In fact, believe it or not, they think they deserve credit.
This vaccine truly is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, wait a minute. So we not only do we don't care that people are dying, but we want credit what? Oh, for the vaccine.
I just want to fact check real quick to remind y'all that the companies themselves that are producing these vaccines were not involved in Operation Warp Speed and have said as much. So that's a lie.
Really? Pfizer and Moderna were not involved in it. Okay, well, why don't we do this here? Maybe we should... let's go. I wish we had a breaking news sounder, but maybe we should go to Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper along with Sanjay Gupta on CNN. Here they are, and here's Jake Tapper. Listen to this when it comes to Moderna. And when it comes to Pfizer and the vaccines and Operation Warp Speed, you know, the president put together, Jake Tapper says,
this is an unmitigated success, and we should acknowledge that. The Moderna vaccine was done with funds from Operation Warp Speed, and the Pfizer one has funding when it comes to the distribution and manufacture. And I just think it's important that people working so hard, Moncef Slaoui and the others, get credit for this. And President Trump was the one who okayed it.
Yeah, really? Okay. So Joy Reid either is unbelievably ignorant or she's just a liar. And she's just like everybody else on all of these mainstream media channels who just want to feed you lies and know that at least the 6 or 7 people that are watching that are going to go tweet and put all these things out are going to fall for the propaganda and are going to go for it and are going to spread that lie. Why would Jake Tapper say that? I mean, maybe you guys should talk a little more. Somebody's lying and somebody's telling the truth. I'll let you figure it out. Although, don't get excited just because Jake Tapper put something out there that's factual, that all of a sudden CNN's getting ready to change. Unless CNN is for sale, according to Bongino.com, the website there, Matt Palumbo is saying, hey, it looks like CNN might be up for sale. Then I wonder who would buy CNN. Who do you think would buy that network? Who do you think has enough money to buy that network? That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? See where I'm going? All right, coming up, there are 6 factors which point to a rig election. Kit Knightley at offguardian.org is a website, and Zero Hedge had the story about how, look, if you want precedent, yeah, it's happened before. You want motive? A deep state military dislike of Trump's policies is widely known. Maybe opportunity? Yeah, the voting system's highly suspect of fraud, and we've seen that. Voting irregularities? Yeah, we got glitches, irregularities being reported all over the place. Dishonesty in the reporting of the situation? Yeah, there's a little bit of cover-up going on. There's a lot of reasons why. We'll get to that and more coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Naples, and Marco Island with 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you. Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. You can too with the perfect air that comes from the reliable, groundbreaking Lennox products offered by AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Right now, you can get up to $13.50 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox home comfort system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 or visit online acbyfcs.com. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, think AC by Florida Comfort Systems, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
Rockstar Harley needs used inventory, so we're giving 115% of Kelly Blue Book value when trading for a new Harley this week. Rockstar Harley has finance specialists on site to help get you approved. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We trade anything, bikes, cars, RVs, and more. It's worth more at Rockstar Harley. Oh, way too much in your trade? Get 115% of Kelly Blue Book trade value right now at Rockstar Harley.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. From rent increases to increased orders to, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times. But don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with this amazing offer. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution from Comcast Business for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, for a limited time, ask God to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Prepaid card offer ends 12/7/20 and requires business internet 1 gig double play.
I'm Lillian Wu. Pfizer could be closing in on coronavirus vaccine clearance soon. The drug maker just announcing its vaccine developed with BioNTech is 95% effective, and within the next few days, it will formally ask U.S. regulators to allow emergency use. This is new U.S. cases of COVID balloon. More than 160,000 new ones reported yesterday.
COVID cases are up nationwide, forcing some governors to roll out new rules. In Pennsylvania, Governor Tom Wolf wants everyone to wear masks at all times, even in their own homes. Philly banned indoor gatherings, indoor dining, and shut down casinos, gyms, museums, and libraries. And in Ohio, the governor not ordering businesses to shut their doors, but he is advising them to operate at a reduced capacity.
Fox's Marion Rafferty. Now, the Dow, which has been rallying on vaccine breakthroughs, is on the verge of crossing that 30,000 mark in the pre-market. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. There were 7,459 new cases of COVID-19 reported across the state Tuesday and 85 new deaths reported. Here in Southwest Florida, 462 new cases of COVID-19 reported and 8 new deaths. State Senator-elect Ray Rodriguez says he's on the rebound after being hospitalized for COVID-19. He says he went from having no COVID symptoms the first 5 days he was sick to picking up all of the symptoms. We first told you he was diagnosed last week after attending an election event in Naples. We know when crews expect to begin construction on Margaritaville. The developer, TPI Hospitality, posted on Facebook it plans to break ground after season, so around April. TPI says it's already started working on the electrical infrastructure. Summer break is shorter for Lee County students heading into the fall of 2021 semester. Tuesday night, the Lee County School Board approved a calendar that will make this upcoming summer break 7 weeks instead of the usual 10 weeks. The school year started 3 weeks late because of the rise in COVID-19. Florida is short about 1,700 primary care physicians. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. Doctors worry physician shortages will get worse during the pandemic. Experts say there are not enough doctors in the area to meet the demand of the growing population. Doctors are retiring, and not enough residency positions are available for students trying to become doctors. Lee County Commissioners approved the use of Easy Pass starting next year. Easy Pass is widely used on the East Coast in states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Bonita Springs at Imperial Parkway and Cordero Way is slowing traffic southbound on Imperial Parkway for about 1 mile. The best way to navigate around this will be Old 41. And the crash in Lehigh Acres at State Road 82 and Blackstone Drive, causing a delay eastbound for a quarter mile on 82 towards Jaguar. I-75 is still up to speed, so that is some good news. If you're heading to and from Collier in Charlotte County, the slowdown in Collier, Immokalee Road is pretty congested right now, heading west of 951 to Logan. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Gatz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Cool start across Southwest Florida with 50s and 60s, and that's with wind adding on to the chill. Eventually this afternoon with sunshine and some clouds mixing in, we're going to be topping out in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. Very similar pattern, mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy for your Thursday, your Friday, just a few showers possible for the weekend, but not a washout, with highs in the 80s for the weekend all the way towards next week, including the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission. That was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 239-992-2626, 239-992-2626. A big thank you from Jake the Millennial for AMCO Bonita Springs.
Thinking Thanksgiving? Think Mel's Diner.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's Diner is ready to make this holiday easy for you. Take out fabulous meals or dine in Thanksgiving Day, 11 to 8. 3-course Thanksgiving Day dinners start at an amazing $14.99. Choose from Mel's famous juicy slow-roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak, key lime fish, and Mel's slow-roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinners. Just a bit more. These are 3-course dinners. Thanksgiving at home with family and friends? Mel's Holiday Family Meals to Go serves up to 6 with your choice of roasted turkey, loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins. And as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserve your Thanksgiving Family Meals to Go order in by November 24th for Thanksgiving Day. Dine-in reservations suggested for parties of 6 or more. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
For over 2 decades, when Southwest Florida businesses wanted to increase profits and productivity, they turned to the Panther. Panther Printing, 936-5050. Panther Printing is the area's largest printing, publishing, and direct mail company. With over 35 highly skilled professionals, the newest state-of-the-art equipment, and a huge 20,000 square foot production center right here in Southwest Florida. Most importantly, Panther Printing can save you money. Simply pull out your most recent invoices for newsletters, publications, magazines, menus, flyers, brochures, direct mail postcards, and all your other printed materials. Call Panther at 936-5050 now. Panther Printing's new website offers 24/7 pricing and order status for easy ordering and online tracking. Panther Printing, 936-5050. 936-5050. And online at pantherprinting.net. Take your business to the next level with the power of the Panther. Panther Printing, 936-5050.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Hey, 10,000 for the troops. How are you doing with your Christmas cards? Please, this year, more than ever, please do not forget about our men and women serving overseas this holiday season. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. We're doing it once again. And hopefully you've got your cards, your Christmas cards for our men and women serving. You've mailed them in. If not, you can drop them off at any one of 5 Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida. You have one in Fort Myers, one in Cape Coral, one in Bonita, and 2 in Naples. And your church, your school, your organizations. I know I have a lot of people who've been texting me and schools and some organizations. We love that you do it each and every year. Continue to do it. And Kim Gata and everybody over at Lee Health will be vetting the cards so we can get them all prepared and get them on transport and get them out to our men and women serving all over the globe. Thank you for continuing this tradition. And let's make this bigger and better than ever. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. All right, Matt Caldwell is joining us right now. Matt Caldwell is someplace a little more chilly, I guess, than we are here. Hard to believe in Southwest Florida. Nice little chill going on today. The weather is nice.
It's absolutely beautiful. And up here in Tallahassee, it's in the 40s here this morning.
You got to love that. Feels really good. You're going to be having Christmas, right? You're going to be celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm sure you're planning on that, right?
Yeah, I hope to have maybe 100 people with me.
Yes!
Make sure that we all hug and have, share the food, maybe pass a glass around so we can all, just have a lot of fun.
You can't. I have to tell you that I was only joking. You shouldn't be doing that, Matt Caldwell, because I think the Constitution is somewhere in the Constitution. It says you're not allowed to assemble in certain amounts of individuals. Especially when there are things like COVID or some kind of virus, something happening. I think it's in the Constitution that way, that the government has the right to stop you from assembling, right? Isn't that? I think it's in the first.
Obviously, particularly if the government says it, then it must be right.
Yeah. Yeah, last time I checked, it's quite the opposite, isn't it?
Oh, Lord have mercy. This is going to be a real challenge coming up. But look, that's probably going to be the fight, depending on how this election turns out. And assuming at this point that Biden gets into the White House, he's going to push these COVID lockdowns and these kind of crazy policies that we see in California and New York, where you can't have more than 10 people at Thanksgiving, and then telling people they can't sing when they get together for Christmas carols. It's just absurd and obnoxious. Luckily, we've got a governor who's absolutely committed to resisting that. And frankly, the more that they push, the more I think you're going to see Ron DeSantis push back. He saw how bad the lockdown policy was back in the spring. You saw how he took leadership to lift it sooner than just about any other state.
Yeah.
And he's made it clear he's not going back to that.
All right, Matt Caldwell, let's get to this because you brought it up and we can kind of pivot to this. It's a good pivot point. Where I'm hearing more about unemployment claims in the state. The question that many people have is, what kind of impact does that have coming up this legislative session on the state budget, number one? And number two, here we go. This is part of the problem, which is the lockdowns and what they do to people that we want to get back to work. We want to get back to some sense of normalcy here. And when you're locking down, what that is doing to the economy in the state. Talk a little bit about what's happening with unemployment claims. And then really, where do we go once we get to a budget? I mean, now we're going to have to, re-examine? We have to what kind of impact is it going to have?
Well, certainly it's going to have some kind. We know that. The challenge with the state budget is it's always based on the prediction of what sales taxes will come in the next year. So, that budget gets passed in March, and it's based on what the economists think will collect starting July 1st after that. So it's a lot of crystal ball thinking. And the challenge is, most of the mainline economists around the country, they didn't think we would recover as fast as the Trump recovery started to be. Certainly here in Florida, I think you're going to see the legislature be very, very cautious. The attitude we had since the recovery over the last 10 years of there's plenty of money to go after all the big priorities. It's going to be a lot more like when I first got there in 2010 in the recession. Only the bare necessities, try to keep the cash in the bank. We've done a great job over the last decade paying down billions in debt, making sure we've got a consistently balanced budget. And, those hometown projects are probably going to be on the chopping block, your local parks, your local additional funding, and it's going to be focused on the things people need, funding for social services, funding for education at a base level. And it's about keeping the economy open. We are a tourist-based state. We're a service-based state. If people aren't able to go shopping, if they're not able to go to restaurants, if they're not able to go to theme parks, then it goes all the way down the line in destroying our Florida economy. And that's really what we've got to focus on keeping open.
Yeah, well, this is where you're going to really earn your stripes if you are in the legislature right now. This is the tough work. The easy work, let's be honest, okay? We're going to have Matt Caldwell's on with us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, and it's just the two of us. Nobody else is listening. We have honest talk between the two of us. Sometimes it might ruffle some feathers, but I don't care. This is where the tough part is. The easy part is to spend. The easy part is to throw money all over the state. The tough part is now when you realize what kind of situation we're in, where there are some people that are not going to be happy, but you've got to do the right thing. Now, on top of that, let me ask you this. This is just a personal question that you can or cannot answer, whatever you would like. I wonder if there are some monies that were thrown around last legislative session and even the one before that, where, maybe some people who don't exactly love the governor got some cash their way. that maybe might have to have a little bit of a cutback from the monies that they were used to getting because, we have this budgetary issue. I might throw environmentalists in there.
Well, I think you will see projects like that have a tough sled this year. As much money as has been committed to it, and you're right, over the last decade and under Ron DeSantis, it's even gone up more. The environmental funding for Lake Okeechobee, for the Everglades, has been historic. And so when you're looking at that budget and saying, hey, we might be $1 billion, $2 billion, $4 billion short on where we were last year, those are the kind of projects that are going to come up first, because ultimately, schools got to stay open, and the K-12 budget and your Medicaid, your healthcare budget, that makes up about 60% of the state budget. Everything else that you think of, the prisons, the roads, your parks, that all fits in the last 40%. And it's that pocket that really is going to get focused on when it comes time to cut in an environment like this. But if it gets real bad, we had to go after K-12 and Medicaid as well back during the big recession. But, it's that kind of discipline that had us come out of the recession before just about any other state in the country and got us to be the economic gem that's really drawing everybody here because they see we do the right thing.
But you see what I'm saying? The problem, I think, that happens when we have constitutional amendments, when we have people who are afforded money in good times, and that the budget is that the economy is strong, that there are people who have no problem tossing money around and giving to individuals. You can't take it back. You hit a number and they're used to that number and they love that number, Matt. They love the $600+ million that they're getting and they can't do without it. Are you kidding me? We can't work outside of these boundaries. There's no way. Well, there is a way, and you can, and you don't need as much. And dare I say, the same individuals that would be getting this money, and again, this is a sore spot for me. These are the same individuals who will be more than happy to shake the governor's hand and thank him for the money, and then turn around and do anything and everything they can to make sure the next go around that he is not going to get reelected, and certainly not a Republican.
Well, no doubt about it. Thinking that you're going to be able to buy the loyalty of groups that fundamentally disagree with you is always a big political
bad. I'll say it. It's bad. It's bad.
It is.
There's a difference between being fair and hearing an organization or an institution or hearing somebody out and being fair and seeing what's in front of them and being fair about what their needs are and having that discussion. And another thing to just say, hey, here you go. Here's a ton of money. And thank you very much. Thinking that there's something on the back end of that. That's just bad. I'm saying that.
Well, conservative politicians just have this belief, too many of them at least, not all of them, but a lot of them, that, if they can just be a little bit liberal, they'll be able to bring liberals over to their side. But when it comes election time, you're exactly right. If a liberal walks into the booth and they can buy full-on, full-throated socialism, or they can buy you, which is conservative with a little sprinkle here and there, who are they going to vote for? They're going to vote for the person they identify with. You're never going to bring them over on the basis of buying them off with projects. You've got to convince the electorate that your policies, your conservative policies, are right. And, at this point in Florida, I don't know why anybody would run away from that. It's been really a success over and over and over again, particularly the last decade. It shows that it works.
Right. And it just shows who you really are. If you're going to run from that, then what's your agenda? What's your plan? What are you trying to accomplish? Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Hey, there's so many other things I want to get to just quickly. What are we looking at as we get ready to, I know it's hard to believe everybody, but we do have to talk about it. Sessions coming up quickly. What are we looking at? What's the outlook for the beginning weeks of the session? And, I was going to ask about the $15 an hour minimum wage and how that's going to affect some businesses. I didn't get to that part. Maybe we'll do that next week. But with the organizational sessions that are coming up, maybe explain the process to everybody. I got a couple of minutes. What's coming up and what may be on the agenda?
Sure. State constitution requires that 2 weeks after the election, the legislature get together and organize. So that happened yesterday. The House and the Senate The biggest thing is they swear in the new freshmen and they adopt the rules for how they're going to conduct the next 2 years of business. And that means what committees are going to exist, how the process moves, the nuts and bolts of how things get through the process. The real story is how the Democrats are going to deal with their massive defeat in both the House and Senate. They were coming in to this cycle expecting to have 2, 3, 4 new Senate seats. They were hoping to take the Senate. They ultimately lost one. Republicans gained there. In the House, they were even more aggressive. They were convinced that their progressive policies, led by people like Anna Eskamani, the mini AOC out of Orlando, that they were going to get maybe 7 or 8. They lost, and the Republicans gained 5. So the majority has increased in both houses, really pushing the Democrats farther to the backbench. And you're watching them have a meltdown between the very small few moderates that are left in their party and the growing power of the outright socialist progressives that want to push that agenda. That, I think, is going to define it, particularly when you look at our previous conversation, money, how you're going to balance that budget. That's going to be the focus. And you're going to hear a lot of wails and gnashing of teeth from the back rows about how people are dying because we're not funding XYZ project. And that will dominate, I think, the process over the next few months.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I know this is something for next week, but I'll just tease this. I'm really worried about what businesses here in the state of Florida are going to do as they realize that we've got a $15 an hour minimum wage that's going to be upon us here in the state, and what kind of maneuvers they're going to have to make as businesses who live within margin. You and your home live within margin. Well, businesses have a margin as well. They've got choices to make. They can't afford to just start raising prices the way they're going to have to into the future in order to survive. They're going to have to figure out what to do in the interim, and I'm really concerned about what may happen. But I'll tell you what. Let's save that for next week. We'll get into those details because there'll be a whole lot more to talk about. I think that's fair. Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. All right, stay warm in Tallahassee.
Always a pleasure, Drew.
All right, I'll see you later. There he goes. All right, it's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. I'm looking at you on YouTube right now. I'm looking at you. That's a little weird. Caller number 3. Let's make it the third caller right now at 239-479-5592. You want to play Drew's College? We do that up next. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Bonita Springs at Imperial Parkway and Cordero Way, slowing traffic southbound on Imperial with roadblocks. So if you're heading south of Coconut Road, avoid Imperial. Stick to Old 41 or US 41. The crash at Blackstone Drive and State Road 82, not causing a major backup, just a touch on those brakes heading eastbound towards Jaguar. Also, we are slammed, unfortunately, on Cape Coral Parkway as well as Veterans and the bridges heading into Fort Myers. Now, if you're in Fort Myers, the Daniels Extension is also slow heading westbound towards Gateway Boulevard, but the delays are starting to decrease. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cool light jacket start with 50s and 60s and some wind, we crank up the wind even more for this afternoon as we are looking at a high temperature of 79 with sunshine and some clouds mixing in. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
I've been doing this now well over 20 years.
Welcoming our new anchor, Russ McCaskey.
So excited to be here.
Russ McCaskey.
Good afternoon. I'm Russ. I am still as passionate today as I was the very first day. I think it's the adrenaline rush. That natural curiosity, I think, just burns inside of you when you're a news person. Wink has been part of this community for more than 60 years. It's family owned. That's one of the things that excites me about wanting to be part of Wink News.
Trust Russ McCaskey.
I'm looking forward to getting to know the people of this community, and I want them to get to know me.
Weeknights on Wink News.
Next, Rachel.
At that moment, it was like, just what do?
The Cake Boss is back.
What I love about this is that you can use any store-bought icing.
Buddy Valastro is baking for the first time on TV since his accident.
Depending on how I recover with this, you might be a better cake decorator than me, finally.
bad.
How good does that smell?
Awfully good. Pasta stuffed peppers? Oh, yes, she did. Mixed Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596 BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these three things happen. Now, if you answer yes to all three, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all three questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Matthew. Matthew's in beautiful LaBelle. Is that right? All right. We love LaBelle.
That's right.
We love LaBelle. All right, Matthew, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question starts right now. Hey,
Okay.
Matthew, can you tell us the two senators we have here in the great state of Florida, their names?
Our 2 senators would be Marco Rubio
and
oh my goodness, Rick Scott.
Yeah, that is correct, Rick Scott. All right, so you got associates. For your bachelor's degree, do you know who Rick Scott beat in 2018 to win the race for senator?
Oh, that was the gentleman with the party. What's his name?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I need.
His name.
He was a Democrat. Used to be an astronaut.
And
Bill Nelson.
Nope, it's not coming to me.
Bill Nelson is who it was.
To me.
That's okay. No worries.
Okay.
Well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Do you know who the Speaker of the House is right now?
That would be a nasty Nancy Pelosi.
That is correct. Thank you for adding that. All right, so you got a bachelor's. Here's your master's degree question.
Okay.
How many amendments does the Constitution have?
Ooh, good one.
It is a great question. It's Jake's favorite question.
I'm just going to wing it here. I know it's about the right number, but I could be wrong. Okay. 25.
We can't accept about. 27. But you did well. You got I think you got a bachelor's, or I'm not sure. You got a bachelor's. Look, that's okay. Matthew and LaBelle, we appreciate it. It's probably a little chillier out there than it is along the coast. You're cold this morning.
64 degrees.
Love it. Can we keep it that way? Let's keep it that way until about February. How How about that? That'd be nice.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I appreciate you, Matthew, there in LaBelle. Thank you for playing. Hey, how did you do? 239-479-5592. You can text us and let us know how you did. And also, text the word troops to 239-479-5592 so you can get the address for 10,000 for the troops.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
It's our No November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. No reasonable offer refused on any new Kia in stock. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. All new 2021 Kia Telluride LX lease, just $319 per month. That's right, the hottest SUV in America for just $319 per month. All new 2021 Kia K5 GT line sports sedan lease, $149 per month. Yes, $149 per month. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36 month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval. $13.33 per month per $1,000 borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers still combined, expires month end.
TriStar Pictures brings you The Last Vermeer, a captivating new thriller directed by Dan Friedkin starring Guy Pearce and Clyde Bang. Based on true events, The Last Vermeer is the exciting story of a debonair artist who is accused of selling precious art to the Nazis and the soldier who's convinced of his innocence. The Hollywood Reporter says World War II movies have covered almost every possible angle, and yet The Last Vermeer finds a fresh and fascinating story to tell. The Last Vermeer. The hunt begins to uncover the truth. The Last Vermeer opens only in theaters Friday. Rated R for some language, violence, and nudity.
When the idea of divorce becomes a reality, you need someone on your side. If you are a man in this situation, you should consider contacting Cordell & Cordell, who has helped men navigate complex family legal issues for 30 years. Visit us at CordellCordell.com to learn more.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Cordell & Cordell, Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. There were 7,459 new cases of COVID-19 reported across the state Tuesday and 85 new deaths reported. Here in Southwest Florida, 462 new cases of COVID-19 reported and 8 new deaths. State Senator-elect Ray Rodriguez says he's on the rebound after being hospitalized for COVID-19. He says he went from having no COVID symptoms the first 5 days he was sick to picking up all of the symptoms. We first told you he was diagnosed last week after attending an election event in Naples. We know when crews expect to begin construction on Margaritaville. The developer, TPI Hospitality, posted on Facebook it plans to break ground after season, so around April. TPI says it's already started working on the electrical infrastructure. Summer break is shorter for Lee County students heading into the fall of 2021 semester. Tuesday night, the Lee County School Board approved a calendar that will make this upcoming summer break 7 weeks instead of the usual 10 weeks. The school year started 3 weeks late because of the rise in COVID-19. Florida is short about 1,700 primary care physicians. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. Doctors worry physician shortages will get worse during the pandemic. Experts say there are not enough doctors in the area to meet the demand of the growing population. Doctors are retiring, and not enough residency positions are available for students trying to become doctors. Lee County Commissioners approved the use of Easy Pass starting next year. Easy Pass is widely used on the East Coast in states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash in Bonita Springs at Imperial Parkway and Cordero Way, slowing traffic southbound on Imperial with roadblocks. So if you're heading south of Coconut Road, avoid Imperial. Stick to Old 41 or US 41. The crash at Blackstone Drive and State Road 82 not causing a major backup, just a touch on those brakes heading eastbound towards Jaguar. Also, we are slammed, unfortunately, on Cape Coral Parkway as well as Veterans and the bridges heading into Fort Myers. Now, if you're in Fort Myers, the Daniels extension is also slow heading westbound towards Gateway Boulevard, but the delays are starting to decrease. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz, Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Cool start across Southwest Florida with 50s and 60s, and that's with wind adding on to the chill. Eventually this afternoon, with sunshine and some clouds mixing in, we're going to be topping out in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. Very similar pattern, mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy for your Thursday, your Friday. Just a few showers possible for the weekend, but not a washout, with highs in the 80s for the weekend all the way towards next week, including the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
Heroes nowadays can be anyone. And no, they don't have to fly, or have X-ray vision, or superhuman strength. See, in Naples, our heroes wear masks. They practice physical distancing. They wash their hands regularly. NCH Healthcare System and the City of Naples are counting on you to be a hero and wear a mask. Because in Naples, all heroes wear masks.
Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Anthony's on the Boulevard. Join us Thanksgiving for a traditional turkey dinner.
Take the stress out of preparing Thanksgiving dinner. Dine at Anthony's on the Boulevard. Turkey dinner plate only $16. Or pre-order and take home a full Thanksgiving dinner for 10 people, just $99. Anthony's on the Boulevard is newly renovated with spacious outdoor and indoor seating. Located at 1303 Del Prado Boulevard South. Call 772-5900 or visit anthonysontheblvd.net for events and specials. That's 772-5900.
News.
At home with Robert, retired burglar and family man.
Carolers! That's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 35% off the new system and a free camera at simplysafe.com/holiday. That's 35% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. Simply Safe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. The sale ends soon, so go to simplysafe.com/holiday for 35% off and a free camera today.
Dell Technologies just announced their Black Friday sale. They're releasing new doorbusters every weekday, plus up to 50% off cutting-edge tech for your business. There's no better time to upgrade your small business with the latest laptops and desktops with Intel Core processors, plus there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Give Dell Technologies advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business. Call 877-ASK-DELL or go to Dell.com/SB Black Friday. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. Quickly, before we get to Julie Kelly, who's coming up from, of course, the American Greatness. She is amazing. I wanted to ask her. I got a lot of questions to ask. She's incredible, so stand by. I wanted to remind everybody that 10,000 for the troops. Again, we are doing it this year. 10,000 Christmas cards for our men and women serving overseas. Let's make this year bigger and better than ever before. Let's remember our men and women serving that cannot be with their families this Christmas season. Last year, we flew out to Ramstein in Germany. We're able to hand deliver 15,000 of your cards to our men and women serving, and it was an incredible experience. So let's make this year bigger and better than ever as we have to make sure We vet the cards before they go out, so please get those cards together. Don't seal them. No glitter inside. Kim Gate at Lee Health will be vetting the cards. We'll get them on transport and send them out. December 5th is the deadline to make sure they get there for Christmas. And also, you can drop them off at any one of 5 Mel's Diner locations, one in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Bonita Springs, and 2 in Naples. So your church, schools, organizations that have been putting together cards, these boxes of cards that we get each and every year, you continue to do it. Just drop them off at a Mel's Diner location. We'll make sure we pick them up and get them all vetted. All right, the fantastic Julie Kelly joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. She is a senior contributor to American Greatness. AMGreatness.com is the website. It's Drew Steele. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you, Drew? I'm good because I'm here in Southwest Florida.
Oh, you're here. You're in town. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So it was you that brought this cool weather. Well, thank you for that, because it hasn't been this cool for a while. I walked out of my house and I had to turn around and say, jacket, which is very unusual. Yeah.
As a Chicagoan, that is not exactly what I was trying to do. I was here for the 85-degree heat, but it looks like we'll have that in a day or so.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. And believe me, I'm not complaining. The cool temps are very nice here. It's as you well know, boy, the summers are long. It feels like sometimes it's never ending. But boy, we're getting into the season where the weather is amazing, and it's the reason why we live here. So, all right. Listen, the other thing I want to talk about is the reason why we live in this great country. We live in this great country because we have an incredible Constitution. We have the rule of law. We've all followed this. And now there are situations that are happening, not only with the craziness that's going on with this election this year, and there's a lot of details that I would love to dig in with you on, but also what is happening with the CDC guidelines, the idea that the soon-to-be president of the United States, I can't even say it with a straight face, Joe Biden, who is telling us right now that we're going to shut things down, that we got to lock down. It's the only way that we can do this. And then putting those two together. Am I right about this? What did Philadelphia make the case to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that the reason why we were not able to, that people were not able to watch the counting of the votes, to have pollsters watching, to be able to poll workers to be able to see what was happening with the legal versus illegal count, was because of CDC guidelines? Like they weren't allowed to get too close, and they came up with that as an excuse?
Yes. I mean, it appears to be that. And I was reading through the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruling issued yesterday, of course, along partisan lines, 5-2, that rejected the idea that there were not Trump campaign observers or Republican observers in Philadelphia watching very carefully as they were processing mail-in ballots. But they were told to stay behind a barrier, I believe it was 12 to 18 feet away, due to CDC guidance on the spread of COVID. Oh. But to your point, Drew, I can't believe this is the country we're living in right now, both what's happened with the election and what's happening with more lockdowns across the country, and CDC guidance for Thanksgiving, which we could talk about a little bit. But boy, we have really surrendered not just our Constitution, but just our innate rights to these mindless, soulless, cruel, unscientific credential class. It's really pretty stunning to watch the country go through this right now.
Yeah, and I say there are those that are looking for the place in the Constitution where it tells us that we're not allowed to assemble. We can't do this, especially when it comes to these situations like COVID or a virus. Or the last time I checked, no, I think it's right there in the First Amendment. I think we don't have a problem assembling. As a matter of fact, in my own home, I think that's going to happen. And I would make the case that one of the other things that's being thrown out here completely is personal responsibility. Why is it that we can't, as Americans, as individuals, understand what are the vulnerabilities? We have the information. We know what the virus is and what it isn't. And certainly we have a little bit of responsibility to say, okay, well, if we have family members that have comorbidities that we're concerned about, we can do this. We can handle this. I don't need a federal government to hold my hand or point a finger or worse and tell me what we should and shouldn't do, especially when there are situations where we can even question the science. You had a great article about the failed experiment of social distancing. What about that? Maybe we should talk about that a little more.
And keep in mind, Drew, and you know this, I was opposed to this from day one. Right. My first article objecting to this was published on March 19th.
Yep.
My article about, and I'm not bragging, because there were a tiny handful of us at that point who were speaking out. We were called grandma killers, greedy. Why don't you care about the children? All of that garbage. Yep. But we now know, aside from the fact that this was an experiment, this has never been tested 6 feet apart, quarantining healthy people. This was based on made up, really a high school experiment, if believe it or not. And people can look at that article and see the link to where the basis of this comes from. But now we know that it's failed because people have been dutifully doing this for months, even here in in Florida, where there isn't any really sort of lockdown order. I'm walking around yesterday. People are jumping off the sidewalk. People are wearing masks. People are doing this on their own, whether the government's telling them to or not. It is utterly failed. Yeah. We cannot outsmart a virus, especially a virus we now know is less lethal to young people, as we destroy their lives over a virus that isn't a threat to them. And so there's so many moving parts to this, but this has been a totally failed experiment with devastating, catastrophic side effects. And now these governors and mayors are continuing to double down on this. And now we're getting CDC guidance telling us not to sing in our own homes on Thanksgiving. But to your point, Drew, as soon as we let them shut the churches, it was only a matter of time before they got into our homes.
Right. Yeah. I think there's a lot of... I worry about the complacency of many, not only if you want the micro of... I don't want to push back. I want to be safe. I'm being told over and over again that I've got to mask up and social distance, and this is the one thing that is going to, what are we, 100 and how many days into the 15 days to slow the spread now? And
we're 270 days.
Right. Yeah. But who's counting?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
To the micro, to the macro, and I'll make this even a bigger issue with the election, and it's this. How many people do you know? How many people do I know that I talk to that are tired? They think, erroneously, that if they just acquiesce, listen, it's been 4 years of pure hell. I can't do it anymore. I'm tired of fighting. And if we just let Joe Biden be the president and we just let Democrats have this, that it'll all go away, that we won't have to worry about this anymore. And they're banking on that. They're banking on you doing that, which is quite the opposite. It's not going away ever. They're never going to stop until they destroy you and this country.
I mean, that's not hyperbole. That's absolutely true. And so I know that people are worried. That is the whole intention of what the left has been trying to do. They've crushed our spirits. I mean, look at what happened in Wayne County, Michigan yesterday. As soon as the news broke that they were not in Michigan, that they were not going to certify the election results, the left, the Democrats start doxing board members, their families, threatened their children. And so, of course, they caved. Now, it would be easy for us to say we wouldn't do that in that situation. It's hard to judge. But as far as your day-to-day, wearing these filthy masks that aren't even worn properly. You watched Joe Biden at his quote-unquote press conference the other day. He has a flimsy mask that on the box says doesn't prevent the spread of COVID. He's handling it. He's got his fingers all over it. Then he's touching his face. Then he's touching his mask. He's setting it on the podium. No one is really wearing these masks properly. We now know that they don't work because people have been wearing them for 8 months.
Right. Yeah.
And so there are a lot of, but as soon as you give, and this is the left and the Republican Party too, as soon as you give these people a taste of power, a taste of control, they will keep going and going. So unfortunately, when the White House bought into Fauci and Birx's threats at the end of March and shutting the economy down again really for 30 days, that unleashed a torrent of petty tyrants from a governor to your homeowners association, to your next door neighbor. And so with no end in sight, and to your point, Joe Biden's not going to stop this. He's going to keep going. He's got his coronavirus advisors already threatening it.
Yeah, and you make a great point, and one that I was just going to make, and so I'm so glad that you said this, Julie, and it's this. You know, for those that don't know, it was a 2-2 deadlock along political lines there in Wayne County until they were doxxed and harassed and called racist and every name in the book. And then all of a sudden, overnight, here you go. The Wayne County Board of Canvassers reverses this decision unanimously, just like that. It shows you how not only is that kind of pressure and doxing going to be at a local level. You think it's going to go away? You think this is just a national story? This is at a local level. But it also talks about how local elections have consequences just as much as federal elections have consequences. That on your local level, you need to have people who are tough, who are strong, and who are going to stand by the rule of law and the Constitution and are not going to be told and pressured the way they are. But it's tough to find individuals that are like that. It's tough to find people that are not going to fall to the pressure of the left. And again, because it's a winning proposition for them until you stop it, until either legally or some other, judiciously, we stop this from happening until they see that it does not work and that people do not acquiesce. They'll continue to do it. And that maybe takes me to the other story that you might want to comment on is, man, where are we going with the Trump legal team and down the line here? I wonder how this is all going to end up, and what is the remedy that they're looking for?
Well, I think that there is legitimate criticism of Trump's legal team and his approach. In my opinion, instead of sort of these random anecdotal, there were 10,000 dead people in Michigan, or, what really seems to be, in my opinion, where the votes are, where the biggest amount of corruption was, it looks like in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, where you had 7.7 million mail-in ballots that are in all three states. It's legal to process any of those before 7 o'clock on Election Day. We know from press accounts that they were doing that in Pennsylvania alone. And that was also part of keeping observers away. So you had 7.7 million mail-in ballots, most of which went to Joe Biden. They were keeping observers out of sight as they were verifying both the envelope and the signatures. Nobody could oversee that process. And we know in Pennsylvania they started several days before the deadline. That, in my opinion, really should have been and should be the focus, because any of those ballots should be illegitimate. The election in Pennsylvania, for many reasons, should be completely thrown out. So it seems like kind of a hodgepodge approach. I don't have a lot of hope that this is going to turn. I did a week or so ago. I really don't. And to your point, Drew, we're talking about Wayne County and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. You really trust the United States Supreme Court to stand up and try to partially overturn the election once the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruling gets to them? Yeah. I don't have a lot of hope that they will either. They rejected the initial Pennsylvania before the election. They wouldn't hear the case.
Yeah, but ultimately, I guess the two things that I think of is number one, you got to take it. You got to take it to the end. You got to take it to the Supremes, even if you feel like it's not going to. You've got to take it to its conclusion. And then ultimately, when you look at these courts and you see what has been happening. They have to be on display to show what they're doing so that we can figure out, I don't know how we're going to remedy all of this. I mean, here you got these Dominion machines, you got software, you have Republicans that signed off on these machines. Take Texas out of it. At least Texas didn't. But even, I guess they had the evidence. It was all out there that they signed off on it. So who's going to come around on the back end of this after it's all said and done and fix it? I just wonder how it gets fixed and who's going to be doing it if you had Republicans that were signing off on it.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of trust in this Republican Party, unfortunately. And, you have Brian Kemp in the Secretary of State there, the Republican Secretary of State there under a lot of pressure.
And last night on Mark Levin's program, Lynn Wood just ripped into Brian Kemp. And and just absolutely was just cannot believe what was happening with the governor, and said some things that were just, boy, it makes you really think about what's going on there in the state. Yeah, to your point, it's a lot of questions.
Well, here's the only thing, and I've argued this, and people don't like to hear this. If this goes down the way that it looks like it's going to, and we have, already Republican legislators who are congratulating Joe Biden right away, who are criticizing Trump's legal team, who are not backing him up, there's no point in keeping the Senate in Republican hands. We have two, and I know this is controversial, two Republican Senate seats up for grabs in Georgia. Explain to me why we should keep empowering a spineless, complicit National Republican Party who screws over their constituents every single time that they get. Yeah. I don't know if anyone saw this on the floor of the Senate yesterday. Lindsey Graham walking past Kamala Harris. They give each other a little fist bump. Yep. He rubs her on the back. We see where this is going. Why should we empower these people? Why should we keep Lindsey Graham chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee?
Yeah.
What's he going to do differently than, say, a Chris Coons?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, on the surface, I would agree. The only thing I might say is the only hope. I agree with you 100%. I agree, but the only hope that I could see is that they've got a wedge issue. They've got something that is going to keep them in power. That's going to keep people going to the polls and sending money and to keep that money flowing. And that is, we're the stalwarts. We're the ones that are going to stop the republic from being destroyed, and we're going to do anything and everything we can. Now, what those backdoor deals are going to be, but on the surface, people will see and say, oh, all right, well, these are the guys that are fighting for us, and now Mitch McConnell becomes the most powerful man on the planet, really, because he's the only one that can stop anything. And so that wedge issue still exists, and as long as that continues, I guess that's the hope, to be the stalwart as opposed to, hey, we need to just get more on our team so that we can stop it. I don't know. Does that make sense?
It does. And I've had, a lot of discussions with people who feel pretty much the same way you do, who are very much, we have to keep, the Senate, even if it's a seat or two, in Republican hands. I've watched this Republican Senate very closely. They have squandered so much power over the past 4 years. It's really sickening, abdication of power. What they've done to this president, how they haven't had his back except during Supreme Court fights or federal judges. You already see now Mitch McConnell, he's going to work with Joe Biden's, new war party, which he's putting, the foreign war party back together. Yeah. They're already going to cave on Afghanistan. They're already talking about compromises on immigration. You know that they're going to pass some kind of climate change bill, some version of Green Light, the Green New Deal light. This is all coming. So I really don't know why we would keep rewarding keeping them in power, because what it really does when it's that tight is it empowers cowards like Mitt Romney and Ben Sass of Nebraska and other spineless Republican senators. They have more power. At this point, I'm just thoroughly disgusted with what the Republican Senate has not. Look at Marco Rubio. He's already out fear-mongering about COVID, and, we need to pass a huge multi-trillion-dollar. No. You guys, are you seeing what's happening in these lockdown states? Why don't we give more money to governors, to states who are crushing their own businesses, who are destroying the lives of our children? Why would we take our money and reward them? It's insanity. We can't, there's so few people in Washington we can rely on to stick up for us. And that's why Donald Trump has such a strong backing, because for the most part, he's the only game in town.
And the one that fights, that really does fight. Southwest Florida, take a moment and thank Julie Kelly for bringing the beautiful weather, the cool temps here to Southwest Florida. She did it all on her own, everybody. All right. Julie Kelly joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, senior contributor at American Greatness, amgreatness.com. Go visit the website. I told you before, I'll say it again. When you're here and you're here for a long period of time, you let me know. You want to come in studio, I would love to have you with us. So
I definitely will be here after Christmas, so we'll set that up. I appreciate it.
All right. All the best. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Drew.
All right, we'll see you. Julie Kelly joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. There's the left's way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Sometimes you want to get things done fast. There's a lot of things in your life you would like to happen in a hurry. How about getting that water that's coming out of your faucet fixed? You know, have great tasting water instead of water that tastes bad like chlorine or chemicals. You thought about what it's doing to your skin or hair? Well, you hear me talk about Pelican Water, Pelican now Pentair Water Solutions. You can take care of your home's water today by calling Max. Make the call. Thousands of people already have done this. Make the call today. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet with your new Pentair water treatment system. And there's a big difference when it comes to Pentair water specialists. Trained, Pentair certified, uniform local experts like Max. He's awesome. They use state-of-the-art Pentair water tests so you can see what's in your water right there on the spot. The mobile showroom. You'll have a wider range of options to see in front of you, and they can maintain your system for you with their white glove service. Look, get it done now. Get it done fast. Call now for your free Pentair water test and save 15% on your whole home water system. Here's the number, 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Or book online at pelicanwestfl.com.
I've been doing this now well over 20 years.
Welcoming our new anchor, Russ McCaskey.
So excited to be here.
Russ McCaskey.
Good afternoon. I'm Russ. I am still as passionate today as I was the very first day. I think it's the adrenaline rush. That natural curiosity, I think, just burns inside of you when you're a news person. Wink has been part of this community for more than 60 years. It's family owned. That's one of the things that excites me about wanting to be part of Wink News.
Trust Russ McCaskey.
I'm looking forward to getting to know the people of this community, and I want them to get to know me.
Weeknights on Wink News.
Next, Rachel.
At that moment, it was like, just what do you do?
The Cake Boss is back.
What I love about this is that you can use any store-bought icing.
Buddy Valastro is baking for the first time on TV since his accident.
Depending on how I recover with this, you might be a better cake decorator than me, finally.
Then,
how good does that smell?
Awfully good. Pasta stuffed peppers? Oh, yes, she did. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? Tim Cooper at Health Plan Network can help. Tim has helped countless individuals and families here in the Fort Myers area save 30 to 60% on health insurance with superior coverage. Tim recently saved a family of four $800 a month on their health insurance with a lower deductible. If you're uninsured, recently lost your job, on COBRA, or paying extreme rates for Obamacare or your work coverage, Tim will help you understand your options. If you meet the flexible guidelines for coverage, Health Plan Network will provide you with the best coverage at the lowest rates. Their goal is to give you peace of mind and the utmost in healthcare. Go to healthplannetwork.net and see for yourself. Or better yet, call Tim, an expert with 23 years of experience, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712. Go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net, a premium personalized plan managed and designed by you, not the government.
Hundreds of happy customers all across Southwest Florida have already gotten the full original base MSRP for their trade-in. It's not too late for you to do the same, but only if you come see us here at Naples Nissan. Yes, you can still bring us that 5, 6, 7-year-old car you're driving now, and we'll pay you the same price that you paid for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yeah, so whatever it was worth back in 2014, that's exactly what it'll be worth now. But only at Naples Nissan. We don't care where you bought it from or if it was already used when you bought it. If it's a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, we're paying you the full original base MSRP for it. Go to naplesnissan.com and pick out your favorite new Nissan model. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road so you can drive home in that brand new Nissan today. Get all the details at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hey, with all that's going on right now, many of us are thinking about our health and finances more than we usually do. So with the December 15th deadline to get health coverage for 2021, you should know Florida Blue offers up to $500 in rewards just for staying healthy. With the Florida Blue Health and Wellness Rewards Program, you can earn rewards for completing easy activities like going to your annual wellness visit or just getting a flu shot. You can use that $500 to pay your premiums, and if there's extra, it covers any other healthcare expenses you have. With Florida Blue's affordable plans, this $500 goes a long way. So get healthcare that gets you and gets rewarded for simply taking care of yourself. Don't wait. Your last chance to enroll for 2021 is December 15th. Florida Blue's expert agents are ready to help you enroll today. Call 800-530-4648 or visit floridablue.com/rewards. We get you.
Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc. These health benefit plans have limitations and exclusions. The amount of benefits provided depends upon the plan selected, and the premium may vary with the amount of the benefit selected. Rewards available for individual ACA members 18 years or older. Reward amounts will apply to premiums, and excess amounts may be redeemed subject to the rewards program terms and conditions. 104066.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. There were 7,459 new cases of COVID-19 reported across the state Tuesday and 85 new deaths reported. Here in Southwest Florida, 462 new cases of COVID-19 reported and 8 new deaths. State Senator-elect Ray Rodriguez says he's on the rebound after being hospitalized for COVID-19. He says he went from having no COVID symptoms the first 5 days he was sick to picking up all of the symptoms. We first told you he was diagnosed last week after attending an election event in Naples. We know when crews expect to begin construction on Margaritaville. The developer, TPI Hospitality, posted on Facebook it plans to break ground after season, so around April. TPI says it's already started working on the electrical infrastructure. Summer break is shorter for Lee County students heading into the fall of 2021 semester. Tuesday night, the Lee County School Board approved a calendar that will make this upcoming summer break 7 weeks instead of the usual 10 weeks. The school year started 3 weeks late because of the rise in COVID-19. Florida is short about 1,700 primary care physicians. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. Doctors worry physician shortages will get worse during the pandemic. Experts say there are not enough doctors in the area to meet the demand of the growing population. Doctors are retiring, and not enough residency positions are available for students trying to become doctors. Lee County Commissioners approved the use of Easy Pass starting next year. Easy Pass is widely used on the East Coast in states like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash in Fort Myers at Daniels Parkway and Metro Parkway with southbound slowdowns building on Metro, but more so on Daniels heading westbound. So the delay starts from around 6 Mile all the way to Metro. If you don't have to use this roadway right now, Colonial Boulevard is a quicker option heading westbound. There's a crash at Imperial Parkway and Cordero Way in Bonita, still delaying traffic southbound, but the delays are decreasing. The quicker option is still Old 41. I-75 is congested heading south towards Bonita Beach Road. And in Lehigh Acres, still seeing that slowdown on 23rd heading west to Gunnery. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Cool start across Southwest Florida with 50s and 60s, and that's with wind adding on to the chill. Eventually this afternoon with sunshine and some clouds mixing in, we're going to be topping out in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. Very similar pattern, mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy for your Thursday, your Friday, just a few showers possible for the weekend, but not a washout, with highs in the 80s for the weekend all the way towards next week, including the big day on Thanksgiving. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steve. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, Steve on the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the owner of Stevie Tomatoes, we cater to the forgotten person. Those of you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to this country's greatness, its culture and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Shouldn't you feel amazing? Hello, this is Dr. Heiler in Naples from the Feel Amazing Institute. If you suffer from chronic knee pain, back pain, or neuropathy, I have solutions for you. Regenerative medicine and stem cell treatment options that are now approved and often paid for by Medicare. Call my office for a free telephone consultation at 239-330-1000. That's 330-1000. This is Dr. Heiler, board-certified chiropractic neurologist. My office combines regenerative medicine, chiropractic, and neurology to help you feel amazing again. Knee pain, back pain, and neuropathy, I have affordable and Medicare-friendly solutions for you. I only do 5 free consultations per week, so please call right away. 239-330-1000. Also at feelamazing.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
When everything around us has been interrupted, including playtime, work time, and downtime, friends and family are always there to help pick up the pieces. At Castilla Roofing, we are here for our community, our employees, and you. Keeping a roof over your head is our job, our headache, and our promise to you. Castilla Roofing, family owned and operated. Your satisfaction is our reputation.
Go to CastillaRoofing.us, that's CASTILLA, or call 239-465-2646. License CCC 1328615.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The talk and text line right now. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
You do, Mr. Dorsey, have policies against deep fakes or manipulated media, against COVID-19 misinformation, against things that violate civic integrity, but you don't have a standalone climate change misinformation policy. Why not?
Oh, get ready, everybody, because all you climate deniers and all the misinformation you put out about, the facts that there are scientists that doubt man-made climate change is real and the climate change hoax against the man-made climate change. Yeah, you're not going to soon be able to do that, everybody. There's Chris Coons talking to Twitter Jack on Capitol Hill yesterday about some of the censorship that they would like to see against those that are climate deniers. You think that's where it's going to end, everybody? Oh, no, they'll go further. You can trust that.
Number 4.
So while Republicans are busy demanding freedom from masks, they apparently could care less about the 248,000 Americans who've lost their lives to the virus. And they accept no responsibility for any of it. In fact, believe it or not, they think they deserve credit. I just want to fact check real quick to remind y'all that the companies themselves that are producing these vaccines were not involved in Operation Warp Speed and have said as much. So that's a lie.
Yeah, no, you just lied. Yeah, there's Joy Reid spewing out lies and that's what they do at MSNBC, saying that, hey, just want to let you know that, all you people out there, all you Trump supporters, all you evil people who don't care about 200,000 people dying, like you're sitting there going, well, I don't even want to think about what you think that we're doing. There's Joy Reid saying, Moderna and Pfizer, they didn't accept any money. They had no part of Operation Warp Speed. And I fact-checked this. Yeah, well, that's funny. So did Jake Tapper, apparently, because if you remember, Jake Tapper said,
this is an unmitigated success, and we should acknowledge that.
The Moderna vaccine was done with funds from Operation Warp Speed, and the Pfizer one has funding when it comes to the distribution and manufacture. And I just think it's important that people working so hard, Moncef Slaoui and the others, get credit for this. And President Trump was the one who okayed it.
One of these dopes is not like the other one. One of these dopes is wrong.
Number 3.
Representative Ilhan Omar said in an interview with Washington Post, she referred to Trump rallies as being Klan rallies. Do you agree with the Congresswoman?
Well, I don't know the context within which she has made those remarks, but we do know that many of Donald Trump's rallies have resulted in violence. Hatred has been spewed by none other than the president himself.
I can't do it. All right, there you go. When asked about, hey, Ilhan Omar, she's part of the unity gang now, Joe Biden, who wants everybody to unify. We're going to come together. Everything's going to be beautiful. She's the one that said that all the Trump rallies were actually like Klan rallies. She called them Klan rallies. And then Representative Hakeem Jeffries is like, I don't know the context. All I know is that you guys are causing all the fighting and, the looting and destruction and the violence that are on the streets. It's all the guys that go to the Klan rallies, like Ilhan Omar said. Unity. Hey, can we all come together now?
Number 2.
We were called here today because of an enforcement decision we made against the New York Post based on a policy we created in 2018 to prevent Twitter from being used to spread hacked materials. This resulted in us blocking people from sharing a New York Post article, publicly or privately. We made a quick interpretation, using no other evidence, that the materials in the article were obtained through hacking, and according to our policy, we blocked them from being spread. Upon further consideration, we admitted this action was wrong and corrected it within 24 hours. We informed the New York Post of our error and policy update and how to unlock their account by deleting the original violating tweet, which freed them to tweet the exact same content and news article again. They chose not to, instead insisting we reverse our enforcement action. We did not have a practice around retroactively overturning prior enforcements. This incident demonstrated that we needed one, and so we created one we believe is fair and appropriate.
Yeah, great. All right, there's Twitter Jack. In case you're wondering what Twitter Jack looks like, he's actually the guy who crashed into the ocean from a UPS truck and survived, and then floated over to an island, and then fell in love with a beach ball or whatever it was, a basketball. Yeah, that guy, Twitter Jack. He there on Capitol Hill explaining to everybody that the New York Post, we had to take action there because the New York Post put out this article about hacking. The Hunter Biden story. In the story, it talked about how they actually got the information. Had nothing to do with the hack. But, apparently Twitter Jack knows a lot about hacking, and they had to take action. And, we've taken some steps and everything's fine. There's no censorship here. Move along. Everything's fine now. Check out this beard.
Number 1.
We understand, and you now added your name. So I'm not going to try to change your mind. I just want to let you know that the Trump stink, the stain of racism that you, William Hartman, and Monica Palmer have just covered yourself in is going to follow you throughout history. Your grandchildren are going to think of you like Bull Connor or George Wallace. Monica Palmer and William Hartman will forever be known in southeastern Michigan as two racists who did something so unprecedented that they disenfranchised hundreds of thousands of black voters.
I might need to play that again. Jake's face right now is like, what was that? That was audio from the Wayne County Board of Canvasser Democrat, Ned Stabler, who remembered the story about the officials in Wayne County, Michigan, home to Detroit, refusing to certify the results of the November 3rd election because the Board of Canvassers had a 2-2 deadlock. And this was apparently a victory for the Trump team, and they didn't want to certify until this tool comes along and did what? I got to play that again.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Until this guy comes along and on a Zoom meeting with everybody did what? Threatened the Republicans on the canvassing board. Did you hear that? This is why they changed their votes overnight, everybody. Here we were thinking that there was a victory for the campaign. And even Jenna Ellis was tweeting it out last night. Breaking news, the county board of canvassers in Wayne County, Michigan, refusing to certify the election results because of all the issues that were going on. And we're going to get to that in just a second. If the state board follows suit, that the Republican state legislature will select the electors. It's a huge win for Trump until this tool comes along and threatens the two Republicans. Did you hear the doxing? Did you hear how they do it, everybody? Do you hear how Democrats work?
We understand, and you now added your name. So I'm not going to try to change your mind. I just want to let you know that the Trump stink, the stain of racism that you, William Hartman, and Monica Palmer have just covered yourself in is going to follow you throughout history. Your grandchildren are going to think of you like Bull Connor or George Wallace. Monica Palmer and William Hartman will forever be known in southeastern Michigan as two racists who did something so unprecedented that they disenfranchised hundreds of thousands of black voters.
Do you see how vile and disgusting some people can be? Now, listen, I'm not going to call out every Democrat and say you're all vile and disgusting, because that's not really nice and it's not fair. But I am asking you sincerely, you never Trumpers, you Democrats, those of you that are just tired, you just want all of this to go away. How are you cool with that? You're okay with that? Like that action seems fine to you. That people would get called out like that, would be doxxed, no problem here. In Wayne County, Michigan, 71% of the precinct's ballot counts don't match the number of voters. They had a problem with that. Two board members refused to certify the results and suddenly they caved. Do you want to know why they caved? Because of that tool. Because that guy comes along and does what? Calls him out. He's going to dox him. He calls them out by name and says, listen, everybody in this town, your grandchildren are going to be called racists because of what you just did. Who thinks that's a good idea? Who of you that are listening right now, please call this station right now, 239-479-5592. I want to know who is sitting there right now listening to that tool and says to themselves, that's the guy that I want voting. That's the guy that I want in charge. That's the guy that I trust. I want to know who you are. I cannot tell you how this ticks me off. Because that's our future, everybody. That's the future in this country that's coming up. You want to know what the future is? Here's the future. If you don't vote Democrat, if you don't side with the crazy liberal lefts, if you don't believe in a New Deal in some way, shape, or form, if you're a Republican that's going to go along with Democrats, and now say, oh, we can give a little bit here and there. We're going to cross the aisle. How many politicians do you know? How many people do you know that have run for office in the past? How many people do you know that were in office and are no longer in office and said, crossing the aisles? I can listen to everybody. I got buddies who are Democrats. I got friends that were there, and I'm shaking hands with Democrats because I want to get along with them. You're a tool because what you do is you give up on your principles, and what you end up doing is giving everything to Democrats. And nobody wants to fight back. And here comes the president of the United States, Donald Trump, somebody who doesn't give a snot and is ready to fight against all of this. And what do? I'm tired. I can't put up with this fight. I can't do it anymore. I just want it all to go away. And guess what happens? You get tools like this guy in Michigan and other people who get elected who are never going to give up, who are going to tell you, guess what? There's a stain on your grandkids. And I'm going to see to it that as long as I have a voice, that your kids and your grandkids and your name and everything's going to be destroyed because that's who I am and that's who the party is and that's who you are if you're a liberal. If you're a Democrat, stop this. If you care about it, stop this. Stop this. Where am I wrong? As a country, we're better than this. As Americans, we're better than this. I don't give a snot about your hyphenation. I don't care about if you're a so-and-so American, if you're this American. You're an American. I don't care about the rest of it. I don't put you in a box. I don't put anybody in a box. I know racism when I see it. I know all of the things that the left tells you are when I see it. And I know it when it's not there. And I know when it's all put out there because there's an agenda, which is, I'm going to destroy your name unless you just kind of sign on the dotted line. Who wants that? Who's listening to the sound of my voice right now who thinks that's a good idea? What's wrong with you? Seriously, what's wrong with you? I got John Cassio looking over my shoulder. He's staring. He's like, what the heck did I just walk into? Sorry. I'm just a little bit PO'd right now. You know, I see some things that are out that you want to know part of what kind of threw me off here in a weird way? Because you're not going to hear anything about this. You ready? This just came out 10 minutes ago. Norway and Sweden put together a coalition of individuals there in the country, doctors, who examined all the science and the data that has come through between Norway and Sweden, two completely different countries that decided to do things two different ways with COVID-19. They came out with a study, and it just got released. You want to know what it says? It says that in Norway and Sweden, before and after the COVID outbreak, it says the increase in mortality was confined to individuals in 70 years or older. And our study shows that, listen to this, all-cause mortality was largely unchanged during the epidemic as compared to the previous 4 years in Norway and Sweden, two countries which employed very different strategies against the epidemic. Yet what we all have to do is mask up, social distance, stay in our homes, lock down the country, and not have Thanksgiving and Christmas. You. Sorry. That's what I think. Evidence comes along, and what do? Oh, we're just going to shove this away. We're going to put this away. You're never going to have to see this because you got to lock down, because you got to listen to us, because I know what I'm talking about. Joe Biden's going to lock down the country. Others are going to want to lock down the country. We'll just destroy it because we'll make you more dependent on us than ever before. All right, I got to go. That's it. I hear the music, and I see Matt Devitt, Wink News meteorologist, and he wants to do weather. And I can't stop him. All right, go ahead.
After the cool light jacket start with 50s and 60s and some wind, we crank up the wind even more for this afternoon, as we are looking at a high temperature of 79 with sunshine and some clouds mixing in. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Tougher than